welcome back to the 3D Bot Maker Diecast Rally Championship. It is time for the championship rounds in Event 1 of Season 2.
It is time to see some head-to-head action today in the DRC.
That's right, the championship rounds will be conducted in a round-robin format. That means every driver will get a chance to race against every other driver. Up first today, we have Ryu Asada in the Lancia Delta Integrale going up against Dylan, driving in the 2008 Lancer Evolution.
This should be a good matchup right here. Both of them did great in the qualifying round. Dylan was the #1 qualifier. It looks like the Evo might be king on the rally track this year.
Dylan takes the lead through the first corner. He's over the first jump. He spins around.
Again?
Ryu falling behind, and he wrecks on turn 2.
Whoa, Dylan is all over the track. There goes a flag.
Dylan approaching the jump in reverse.
Here he goes.
Whoa!
Oh. Dylan with some serious speed right there. He got that car up in the air, but that was not a pretty landing.
Ryu Asada upside down on turn 2. That is not the start he was looking for in this competition. Dylan setting the pace with a time of 15.24 seconds.
Look at this jump by Dylan, some nice distance. He lands it on 2 wheels. That causes him to spin out. But even with all of that, he still managed to pull in a fast time.
Look at that jump there, going in reverse, impressive. Oh yeah, he did knock over the checkpoint flag.
I hope it didn't hit anybody.
Hey, we've got waivers aplenty this season, so nothing to worry about there. Here's a look at his finished jump. Now the rule this season is your car has to be in the upright position when it makes contact with the ground. That first contact also has to be on the track.
So I'm guessing that won't count towards the big air.
No, it will not. And remember, only one driver gets the big air bonus per round. It's whichever driver jumps the furthest.
Here we go with race 2. Ryu Asada desperately needs some points here.
Dylan off to an even bigger lead this time. Let's see how he handles the jump. Whoa!
Dylan grinding the side wall.
That slows him down. Where is Ryu Asada? He's way back there.
Dylan picking up speed into the final corner.
He stays right in the middle of the track, not the bottom. Great handling.
Here goes a big air.
Oh! A wipeout. Wait a minute.
Oh, where did he come from?
Ryu Asada with the late reverse jump. He does not stick the landing at all. But man, I am loving the action here at the finish.
We've got tires all over the place, cars upside down on their roof. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the DRC.
This time Dylan approaching the jump not in reverse. His back end gets a little too high and he just tumbles over.
I know that doesn't qualify for the big air bonus, but that was some big air.
And then here comes better late than never Ryu Asada, attempting a reverse big air barrel roll, I guess.
Let's see how high Dylan got in the air. Oh yeah, look at that.
It was at that point right there he realized this was not going to end well.
Hey, I thought it was a spectacular finish.
Yeah, well, you're not the one inside the car.
Well, if it was me, I would have landed it.
Oh, really? Those are big words from someone who's too scared to take a test drive down the track with Crazy Jimmy.
Dude, it's Crazy Jimmy.
Yeah, okay, you got a point there. Here's the current standings. 8 points for Dylan, 5 for Ryu. The bonus points will not be added until the end of the round, and there are 8 points up for grabs for the driver who sets the fastest time.
Up next, we have the rookies, Bobby Roberts in the Porsche 914 Safari, and Pedro Penduko in the Porsche 911 Rally.
They may be rookies, but these guys sure put on a show in the qualifying round, and I cannot wait to see them go head-to-head right now. A close match into turn 1. Pedro drifting through the corner.
Oh, whoa! Pedro's out.
Bobby Roberts gets around him. He's still going. Through the second jump, clean landing.
That was nice.
Drifting out of the tunnel, here comes to the finish.
Come on, Bobby.
And Bobby Roberts takes a tumble. We're gonna have to wait to see the judge's decision on whether that counts as a big air.
A good start for Bobby Roberts. Pedro Penduko upside down. He did pass the first checkpoint.
Roberts gets a time of 16.872 seconds. That's gonna give him the second fastest time of the day so far. Look at that drift by Pedro.
Let's see what happened on the jump.
Looks like he got up on 2 wheels and then tilted too far over. Nice job by Bobby Roberts to avoid that wreck. And look at how well he handles jump 2 right here.
That was a smooth landing.
Okay, here's the jump in question. I believe they are going to give that to him.
He was upright when he touched the ground with his tires.
Here it is again from the finish cam. And yes, that will count towards the big air bonus right there.
So it doesn't really matter what happens after they make first contact, just the position of the car when it makes that first touchdown.
Yeah, that's what the judges are looking for. Here we go with race 2. This time, Pedro Penduko starting on the inside.
Another close one into the corner. Pedro pulls ahead.
Nice landing by both drivers over that first jump. Here they go approaching jump 2.
Pedro can fly.
Pedro Penduko popping a wheelie. He goes into a drift.
You can fly.
Whoa! Did you see Bobby Roberts?
Shut the front door, 3D. That was crazy.
Bobby Roberts was a massive jump at the end.
It's pandemonium.
An amazing run by both drivers. And check out that time set by Pedro Penduko.
No way.
15.208 seconds. That makes him the fastest driver in the round.
Pedro Penduko is the king of the mid jumps on this track. He put on a show and got a fast time. Look at that drift.
He is working his way at becoming a fan favorite. You can see right there, he landed on the side wall, so that will not count. But look at Bobby Roberts, that jump counts.
Wow, he was past the 20 mark and landed that on his tires. That's what I call impressive.
Here's a look at both jumps again. That would have been a great jump by Pedro if he stayed on the track. But look at Bobby Roberts.
He really knows how to take off that jump and keep his car going straight.
Here's a look at the score before the bonus points get added in. Dylan and Roberts with 8, Pedro and Ryu with 5. Now the breakdown for the time bonus is 8 points, 4 points, 2 points, and 1.
That puts Pedro on top.
And there's the standings with the bonus points added in. Pedro Penduko on top with 13 points. Dylan and Bobby Roberts both tied with 12. Roberts getting 2 points for the big air bonus. And Ryu Sada all the way on the bottom with 6 points. Not only did he have 1 DNF, but he also had the slowest time of the round.
Like we said before, time is going to play a big factor in this year's DRC. It's not good enough just to make it to the finish line. You got to get there fast.
We've still got 2 more rounds left in this event.
3D, I think that guy found the flag.
Oh, well, I guess that's good news. And welcome back to the 3D Botmaker Diecast Rally Championship. Here we are with the second championship round in the first event of the season.
Today it's the rookie drivers versus the veterans, and I'm really looking forward to the Dylan and Pedro Penduko matchup.
That's sure to be a good race right there. The 2 top drivers going at it head to head. Before we get started, a quick review of how the scoring system works along with the change we're making. Drivers will receive 1 point for each checkpoint they pass on the course. There are a total of 4 checkpoints. Then at the end of each round, a time bonus is given. 8 points for the fastest driver, 4 points for the second fastest, 2 points for third, and 1 point for fourth. And there's also a 2-point big air bonus for the driver who jumps the furthest in the round. Now the change we're making is we're adding back in a 1-point bonus to the driver who wins each race. This change will be retroactive, so we will be updating the score from the first round. As you can see right here where the numbers are highlighted, that's where we added in the extra 1 point for winning that race.
That didn't really change things too much.
No, it didn't, but there should be some type of incentive for winning a race in a head-to-head matchup.
That did help out Dylan. He's now tied for first place with Pedro Penduko.
Here's our first matchup of the day. We have Ryu Asada. He currently has 6 points, driving for Team Lancia. He's going up against Bobby Roberts, who now has 13 points in the Porsche 914 Safari.
Wow, Ryu Asada down by 7 points. He's got a lot of ground to make up in this race.
Yeah, he was off to a rough start in round 1, a DNF on 1 race and a slow time. He's looking good so far right here.
He's got a solid lead over Bobby Roberts.
Ryu approaching jump 2, smooth landing.
This is going to be a good time right here.
Through the final turn section, approaching the big jump.
Here we go.
Whoa. Oh yeah, Ryu Asada with some high-flying action at the finish. And he lands it. I believe his car was around the 20 mark.
Bobby Roberts not able to make it over the jump.
He might be having some issues with that car. His team's going to have to check that out. A good start in this round for Ryu Asada. That's going to be 5 points for that first race, and he gets a track time of 15.804 seconds.
That's a pretty good time right there.
Bobby Roberts coming in over 21 seconds. Look at this exchange at the beginning. Ryu cutting off Roberts on the first corner, and that really set the pace for the entire race.
Some great handling over the jumps by Ryu. He didn't try to get too aggressive. He just kept it smooth and steady.
Here's another look at the big air from the finish. That was a long jump. He kept his car straight and he landed it.
Yeah, we've seen some crazy high-flying action from other drivers, but most of the time those cars were completely out of control. That right there was a Stephen King level jump.
Here's a look from the new big air cam, and look at how big of a jump that was.
Yeah, that was huge.
I think that angle really lets you appreciate how amazing some of these jumps really are.
Bobby Roberts brings his score up to 17, Ryu up to 11. Here we go with race 2.
This time Ryu starting on the inside lane, Bobby Roberts on the outside. This first corner is critical. Ryu once again blocking to take the lead.
Ooh, he hits the wall. That's going to slow him down.
Bobby Roberts catching up. He's trying to find a way to pass. Can he overtake on the jump? No, he doesn't.
Roberts bouncing around after jump 2.
Here comes Ryu Asada to the final jump.
Hadouken!
Whoa, another
yeah.
big air from Ryu Asada.
Oh, man, that was awesome.
And that's another win, so that's going to help him out in the points.
Ryu Asada is putting on a show today.
He got a slower time this race, only 17.62, but the distance on that jump looked about the same.
You know, it might be too early for this, but we may have a new Superman in the making right here.
Yeah, we need to wait and see, but color me impressed by Ryu Asada.
Let's see that big air again.
Just look at that car soar through the air. He lands on one side of his tires, that caused him to flip, but that jump will qualify for the big air bonus.
Bobby gets a little bit of air right there too.
Let's go to the big air cam and compare the first and second jump, and they are about the same.
I think he jumped further on the second jump with the slower time.
Well, this course was designed for drivers to be able to pick up some speed on the second half of the track, even if they got slowed down at the beginning.
Look at that. Bobby actually had a pretty good jump.
And here's a look at the score. Bobby Roberts now has 21, Ryu Asada 16. Keep in mind the bonus points will be added in at the end of the round.
Coming up after the break, Dylan takes on rookie driver Pedro Penduko.
And welcome back. Here we go with our second matchup of the day. Dylan, who currently has 14 points in the Mitsubishi Lancer, going up against Pedro Penduko, who also has 14 points in the Porsche 911.
This should be a good one. Both of these drivers are known for speed and getting some massive air.
And here they go. Dylan pulling ahead on the first straight into the corner. Let's see if he can keep it straight on this jump. Whoa, he almost spun around again.
Oh, he's over.
And Dylan gets wiped out. Pedro Penduko is still going, but he's all over the track.
Oh, man, what a disappointment for Dylan.
Pedro's struggling here. He's approaching the finish. And gets a little jump.
Oh, my goodness, another wipeout.
Pedro Penduko takes down all the tire stacks. I guess that's what they're there for.
That's not the race I was expecting from those two, but it was crazy.
Penduko with a time of 18.360. Dylan wipes out. He does pick up one checkpoint. Let's take another look at the replay. Dylan once again having issues on that first jump.
And here comes the kill shot from Pedro Penduko. A love tap on the back end, and Dylan was upside down like a turtle on its shell.
Pedro Penduko manages to get around the Evo. He struggled with his steering, but still managed to make it to the finish line. And look at that, he even got some air.
I know both drivers have to be disappointed with that one.
Yeah, they're definitely going to want to improve on that in the second race. Here's a look at Pedro's jump from the big air cam.
When you look at it right there, it's not a bad looking jump.
Here's the comparison between Ryu and Pedro. Not even close.
Yeah, he was like a car and a half ahead of him.
Pedro Penduko brings his score up to 19, Dylan up to 15. They still have one more race to put some more points on the board today. This time Pedro Penduko will be starting off on the inside lane.
And here they go. Let's see some speed and some air.
Dylan once again pulling into the lead on the first corner.
Let's see how he handles the jump.
He bounces, but he keeps it straight. Wow, he's going fast here.
Whoa, Dylan with a lot of air there.
He's flying through the turn.
This is going to be big.
He's coming to the jump.
Oh!
Oh my goodness!
Did you see that?
Are you serious?
That right there.
I don't even know what to...
Dylan needs to get his head checked because that was certifiably insane.
I think it's safe to say we've never seen that much air in the history of the DRC.
Yeah, no, I don't want to come off as petty, but to the guy in the comment section typing right now, oh, the cars are going slow, we're not seeing any big air. What are you talking about right now?
Yeah, that was...
Like, seriously, what are you talking about?
Oh my goodness, hold on.
What?
In our excitement over Dylan's Evel Knievel level jump, we overlooked his track time.
Oh yeah, what is it?
We have a new record time.
Come on.
Not just a sub 15 second time.
What is it?
But our first ever sub 14 second time.
Get the Funko Pop figure out of here, 3D.
13.
No, that's impossible.
0.274 seconds.
That's it, I'm done.
2D, come on, sit back down.
I'm done.
Come on, we gotta wrap this thing up.
It's too much, man. I can't handle it. I mean, look at that. Look at that.
Okay, man. Okay, calm down. Come on.
My body was not ready for this.
I know, man. I get it. It's a new season, a new track. We were not properly acclimated.
That is ridiculous.
It takes time to be prepared for this type of action, and Dylan just threw us right in the deep end.
Well, I think I need a floaty because I'm clearly not ready for this level of awesomeness.
You'll get used to it, man. It's gonna be okay.
All right.
And here's a look at the score before the bonus points get added in. Pedro Penduko and Bobby Roberts with 21, Dylan with 20, Ryu 16, And there's the final score with the bonus points, putting Dylan up on top with 28. Pedro Penduko in second place with 23. Ryu Asada made up a lot of lost ground in this race. He's now tied with Bobby Roberts with 22 points. He got the second fastest time and the big air bonus, giving him a total of 6 bonus points.
That's a 6-point spread from top to bottom. The final round is gonna be intense.
Yeah, Dylan certainly has the advantage going into the final round, but with the amount of points up for grabs, it's still anybody's championship to take.
I can't wait to see what's gonna happen.
And welcome back to the 3D Bot Maker Diecast Rally Championship. It's time for the final championship round in Event 1 of Season 2.
This should be a good one. We've got Ryu Asada going up against Pedro Penduko and Bobby Roberts versus Dylan.
Let's take a look at the current standings. We have Dylan in first place with 28 points. So far, he's won 3 out of 4 races, and he's the current track time record holder.
Pedro Penduko is in second with 23 points, and both Ryu Asada and Bobby Roberts have 22.
Let's get started with our first matchup of the day. We have Ryu Asada driving in the Lancia Delta Integrale. He made a big comeback in points in the last round. He has 22. He'll be racing against Pedro Penduko in the Porsche 911. He's been one of the top drivers in this event and currently has 23 points.
We've seen both drivers get some big air on this track. Let's see what they have for us today.
It's a tight race into the first corner. Ryu Asada takes the lead. He goes into a slide after that jump. He's backwards.
Pedro with the pass.
A nice overtake by Penduko on the inside lane. Here he goes into the final turn.
Ryu's not far behind.
And here comes Pedro Penduko to the finish.
He almost got that one.
Pedro Penduko goes soaring through the air, lands around the 20 to 25 mark. I believe he was partially off the track, so that will not count for the big air bonus.
Ryu stopping just short of the finish line.
He'll still get 3 for passing the first 3 checkpoints. Pedro setting the pace for this round at 16.912 seconds. Here's the replay. It all fell apart right after that first jump for Ryu. His car went into a slide, and look at Pedro Penduko.
Man, he was really riding the edge of that inside lane. That's some aggressive driving, but that's exactly what you need in the final round of the championship.
Some nice air by Pedro. He almost made touchdown on the track, but I believe his wheel hit the side wall.
Yeah, that was a close one.
Here it is from the big air cam, and yeah, that's not going to count.
Regardless of the landing, it was still a great jump by Pedro.
Here's the score after the first race. Penduko brings his score up to 28, Asada up to 25. Ryu is going to need to do something special on this race if he wants any chance of winning this championship.
The same could be said for Penduko. I don't think that 16-second time is going to be fast enough.
Yeah, not when other drivers are getting under 14 seconds.
Penduko takes the lead out of the turn.
Oh, Ryu Asada crashes into the mountain. It's all Pedro now. Can he get a fast time and land the big air?
A nice jump off, too. Here he comes to the finish.
Can he do it?
You got this, Pedro.
And Pedro Penduko lands the jump.
That's what I'm talking about.
And he does it in style, pulling a little 180 maneuver after the jump. He also gets a solid time, 15.502 seconds. That is not bad at all, and I know he's probably got Dylan and Bobby Roberts worried about that time.
Ryu Asada gets stuck over on the side of the road after running into that mountain.
He actually did a 180 on that jump, which is kind of impressive.
Yeah, that's not going to win the championship, but you got to appreciate his style.
Here's Dylan, the master of jump 2. Look at how smooth that landing was.
I haven't seen anything that smooth since I tried out Manscaped.
Do we have a sponsorship you didn't tell me about?
No, I'm just a smooth guy.
Okay, that's just too much information.
Yeah, hashtag not sponsored, hashtag smooth as eggs.
An amazing jump by Dylan right there. That one will certainly count towards the big air bonus. Look at that.
Nice, he lands it right after the 20 mark. He's definitely a contender for the big air bonus in this round.
Great control in landing that jump as well.
Looks like he's riding a bull.
Here's the current standings for Pedro Penduko and Ryu Asada. Pedro Penduko now has 33 points with a track time of 15.502 seconds. Between that and the big air bonus, he's looking pretty good right now.
Don't go anywhere. Coming up after the break, Bobby Roberts takes on Big Air Dylan.
And welcome back to the 3D Bot Maker Diecast Rally Championship. Here we go with the final matchup of this event. Bobby Roberts taking on Big Air Dylan. Roberts has 22, Dylan has 28. Dylan definitely has an advantage in points, but between the big air bonus and the time bonus, he does not yet have a guarantee at winning this championship.
The time to beat, 15.502 seconds.
Dylan with a bumpy landing after that first jump. Roberts is gaining on him.
He's trying to pass.
Dylan with a strategic block. A close race through the final turns.
Here he comes.
Hold on to your seat.
Whoa, this time Dylan keeps his front end up in the air.
I think he was actually trying to land the jump for once.
Landing is so overrated.
Well, it's kind of important in scoring points here.
I guess.
Right now, every point counts. Dylan gets a track time of 15.602 seconds. That's currently going to give him the second fastest time. Pedro Bendugo still number 1. We'll have to look at the score, but I think it's going to be a close one going into the last race.
That was a pretty competitive race between Roberts and Dylan. Dylan cannot seem to get his car to rotate at the proper angle in the air. Either his back end is way too high, or in this case, his front nose was up in the air.
Here it is from the big air cam. That was still a massive jump.
Yeah, he touched down around 25.
Bobby Roberts does get the landing. Here's the comparison.
Pedro still got it.
That means right now, as things stand, Pedro Bendugo has the fastest time and the biggest air. That means potentially 10 bonus points would be added to his score. If you do the math,
I'm not good at math.
Dylan not only needs to win this race, he's going to need to either beat Pedro's time or land a bigger jump. Otherwise, the championship will go to Pedro.
What about Bobby?
He would probably need the time and bigger bonus to have any chance at all.
Look at Dylan. He is not playing this time.
Dylan off to a fast start over the first jump.
Hold on to it.
He's got the speed. He just needs to not wreck.
He gets some nice air.
Whoa, he almost loses it.
He's looking good.
Here comes Dylan out the final corner, approaching the finish.
Here we go. Oh!
But Dylan!
Wow!
I think he just landed.
Did he land it?
It looked like he touched down, and if he did, that will give him the win. And look at that time.
It's over. It's over.
Big Air Dylan has done it.
Dylan is the man.
He has beat Pedro Bendugo's time, making him the Diecast Rally Champion.
What an amazing race that was by Dylan. You know what I like about him? He pushes that car to the limit.
Yeah, there's a fine line between top speed and catastrophe, and Dylan rides right on that line.
Look at that. He almost crashed coming off that second jump. Keyword, almost.
That kind of driving is what rally racing is all about.
I think he got the landing.
Let's take a look from the other cam.
Once again, he can't seem to get that car to rotate properly in the air. Oh, he got it.
Yeah, that's going to count right there.
Wow, so that means he got the big air bonus and the time bonus.
That's right. The championship was on the line, and Big Air Dylan came through.
Man, look at that distance.
Yeah, that wasn't even close. And here's a look at the final score. Dylan finishing the event with 48 points. Pedro Bendugo takes second with 37. Bobby Roberts takes third place with 28 points. And Ryu Asada in fourth with 26 points.
A great show by all the drivers in this event. I was really cheering for Pedro Bendugo, but he just could not keep up with the speed of that Evo.
And there he is, your first champion of the season, representing for Rally Art Mitsubishi Motors, the 3D bot maker Diecast Rally Champion, Big Air Dylan.
It's too bad we don't have a shirt with that on it.
Oh, but we do.
Say what?
That's right. Stop on by the 3D Bot Maker merch store to pick up your Big Air Dylan t-shirt.
Wow, that was fast.
This amazing artwork was done by none other than Glenn Harding of glenscarcreations.com.
He's a legendary artist in the diecast world.
You know, I gotta say, I think this is one of my favorite Glenn Harding designs.
Yeah, I'm definitely picking that up.
You can find a link to the 3D Bot Maker merch store in the description below.
That would make a good Mother's Day gift.
Yeah, we do have women's shirts.
My mom's a big Dylan fan.
Oh, well, that's great that she watches the show.
Only the episodes with Dylan.
Well, that's still nice. Welcome back to the 3D Bot Maker Diecast Rally Championship. It's time for the championship rounds in Season 2, Event Number 2.
The top 3 drivers from the qualifying round will be joining Event Number 1 champion, Big Air Dylan, in a 3-round event.
This will be a round-robin format, so that means every driver will race against every other driver.
Up first, we have the rally hero himself, Dylan, in the 2008 Lancer Evolution, going up against Ellie J in the Hyundai i20 Coupe WRC.
Dylan, the experienced champion on this track, he knows it well. Ellie J, the newcomer, came in third in qualifying. It's the rookie versus the veteran. Whoa!
Dylan's over.
Dylan rolls his car coming out of the first turn. Ellie J now all alone on the track.
Oh man, not a good start for Dylan.
Ellie J through the final turns. If she can finish this one, it's 2 points on the board.
Here she goes.
Ellie J goes up and over, tumbling after that jump. A nice start for Ellie J. That's gotta be a confidence builder for her, going up against the champ in the first race and winning. It's gotta feel good.
I'm wondering if Dylan came into this competition a little too confident. LEJ was not the fastest in qualifying. Now Dylan is down 2 points.
Here's another look at what happened. He hit the sidewall coming out of that turn, bounced into the right wall, and then rolled that Evo.
I like the way LEJ just moved him out of the way and kept going.
LEJ with a 17-second time. It's not that fast, but she still managed to get some decent air coming off that final jump.
She lands just shy of the 20 mark. That's actually pretty impressive for a 17-second time.
Just a reminder of the rule change for the big air jump. Wherever the frontmost part of the car is when it touches ground is the distance it will be marked at.
Here we go with race 2. Hopefully Dylan doesn't choke again.
This time LEJ starting off on the inside lane. Dylan pulling ahead going into the first turn. He makes it through clean that time.
Whoa, did you see that?
Dylan rolled his car and recovered. He's still going.
He's going fast too.
This is the Dylan we've been waiting to see right here.
Give me that big air.
Oh yeah, a big jump from Dylan as he rolls his car again and recovers.
That was too awesome.
He rolled his car twice, ended up on his tires both times, and what happened to LEJ?
Oh man, I got so caught up with big air Dylan, I forgot LEJ was even in the race.
Well, I'm not actually sure if she is in the race. Is that her sitting in the chair?
Did she bring her dog?
I think she just saw Big Air Dylan do a barrel roll on the track, recover, keep his speed, and she said, you know what, this thing's just not for me.
You gotta respect someone who knows when to fold them and walk away.
Dylan finishes with a 15.110 second time despite rolling his car on the track. A great way to bounce back both literally and figuratively after that DNF on the first race.
Knowing how to recover and regroup after a loss is what being a champion is all about.
An impressive jump here at the end too. He touches down after the 20 mark. Look at that.
I love this camera angle.
There's the comparison between Dylan and LEJ. Dylan currently with the longest jump and the fastest time.
They don't call him Big Air Dylan for nothing.
Here's the score for both drivers for the first round. Keep in mind that the bonus points will be added at the end of the round.
Up next, we have Bobby Johnson driving in the Lancia 037. He'll be taking on Marcus Firegone in the Subaru WRX STI.
Bobby Johnson, the #1 qualifier going into this championship. He is a fast driver, but he has a heavy car that might cause a challenge for him when it comes to the big air competition.
Marcus Firegone, the #2 qualifier. He showed us in the first half of qualifying, he knows how to get that car up in the air.
Bobby Johnson with a block on Marcus Firegone on turn 2 that slows him way down.
Let's see that Lancia fly.
And Bobby Johnson goes big on the jump. He might have landed around where Big Air Dylan did. Marcus Firegone also finishing the race.
It's nice to see both drivers making it to the finish line.
A strong start for Johnson. He gets a time of 16.604 seconds. Marcus Firegone 19.70.
It was a close race all the way to turn 2. That's when Bobby Johnson put the block on Marcus Firegone right there.
It's a very effective way of slowing your opponent down, but it also slows you down as well, so it's kind of a double-edged sword.
Look at that Lancia fly through the air.
I was concerned about the weight of that car, but it does not seem to be a problem. That's a lot of distance, but it is not past Big Air Dylan.
Dylan is the king of the big air, and he's got the t-shirt to prove it.
You can get that same t-shirt as well at the 3D Botmaker merch store. Link is in the description.
Here we go with the final race of the day. Dylan still has the biggest air and the fastest time.
Marcus Firegone starting on the inside this time. Bobby Johnson on the outside. A close race. Marcus Firegone wipes out on turn 1.
I think Bobby pushed him.
Johnson all alone. He's having some steering issues.
That was a dirty move back there.
We'll have to take a look at the replay. Johnson through the final corners. He's coming to the jump.
Here he goes. Whoa! Nice.
Bobby Johnson going all out on the jump. I believe he went even further that time.
What I do like about Bobby Johnson is he does not hold back at all. He puts it all out there. He is not concerned about his safety or the safety of others.
So he's careless.
I prefer to say he's negligent.
That's even worse.
The glass is half full 3D.
That doesn't even make sense to what we're talking about.
Tomato.
Here's another look at the incident at turn 1. It does appear that Bobby Johnson pushed Marcus Firegone off the track right there.
That's a questionable move in my book, but I'm going to give him a pass because he got that big air.
So the big air makes everything okay for you.
Pretty much.
Bobby Johnson coming in 0.62 seconds slower than Dylan. The big question is, did he get the big air bonus?
Oh wow, that might be a tie.
It's super close. We're going to have to zoom in. And Big Air Dylan just barely gets it by the tip of his bumper.
Wow, that was so close. Mad respect to Bobby Johnson for almost beating Big Air Dylan at his own game.
Here's the score before the bonus points get added in. Bobby Johnson on top with 4.
Dylan's the man.
And with the bonus points, Dylan goes to the head of the class. He had both the fastest time and the biggest air, so he now has 10 points. Bobby Johnson underneath him with 7. LEJ in third with 4 points, and Marcus Firegon on the bottom with 2.
A great start for Dylan. The champ has still got it.
Right now, his biggest threat is clearly Bobby Johnson. He was the most consistent driver in round 1. Welcome back to the 3D Bot Maker Diecast Rally Championship. Here we are with the second championship round of Season 2, Event number 2.
So far, Big Air Dylan is on top after that amazing barrel roll he pulled off in round 1.
We do have a slight change we're making to the scoring. Instead of just awarding 4 points to the driver who gets the biggest air, we're going to also give points to second, third, and fourth place, just like the time bonus. This change will be retroactive to the first round. Here's how the drivers placed. We had Dylan in first place, Bobby Johnson in second, LEJ in third, and Marcus Firegon unfortunately did not get any air.
Well, that gave Bobby Johnson a boost. Now he's tied with Dylan.
Yeah, I think it balances things out, and hopefully it's the last change we make to the scoring system. 4 points for one driver seemed like a little too much. This way, all the drivers can be rewarded based on how far they jump.
Up first today, we have Big Air Dylan in the 08 Lancer Evolution, taking on Marcus Firegon in the Subaru WRX STI. Mitsubishi versus Subaru, the Evo versus the WRX.
Marcus Firegon has a lot of work to do to get back in this competition. He is 8 points behind the leaders.
Dylan spins out.
Marcus Firegon takes advantage and passes.
That's exactly what Marcus Firegon needs.
Dylan going in reverse. Marcus Firegon enters the final corner.
He's not looking very fast.
Are we going to get any air?
Nope. And nope.
Aw.
Womp womp.
A disappointment at the finish. Marcus Firegon gets a 16.518 second time. Dylan a 17.448. You can see right here, Dylan taps the sidewall, spins around. Marcus Firegon with a nice pass, but he was just severely lacking in speed on this run. On the other hand, he did beat Dylan, so I guess you can't be too hard on him.
Of course you could be hard on him. He didn't get any air.
It's not always about the big air.
What are you talking about? Of course it's about the big air.
There's time, there's winning the race.
Nobody wants to see any of that. We just want to see the cars fly.
Then we might as well just have a big ramp going into a jump.
Hey, I'm down with that.
You know, for being 2D, your view of rally is kind of one-dimensional.
That hurts.
It doesn't hurt as bad as that. Dylan crashes coming off that second jump.
There goes Firegon.
Marcus Firegon with another pass. Can he get some air this time? Yes, he does.
That was much better.
Marcus Firegon with his second win over Big Air Dylan today. That's not the fastest time we've seen, but he will score over Big Air Dylan in both time and for the Big Air bonus because Dylan did not get any air at all today.
A major disappointment for Dylan. He was looking great on that last run, but he wrecked coming off jump 2.
I'm pretty sure this would have been a fast time. Look at how far ahead he is over Marcus Firegon.
That would have easily been a 15-second time.
It appears he partially landed on the side wall. That flipped him over, and that opened a big door for Marcus Firegon to take the win.
That right there was Dylan's second DNF of the competition.
That's going to really hurt him in the points, especially having no big air. Not to mention that 17.4 second time is probably not going to rank him very high either.
Here's the first big air of the day. Marcus Firegon landing just short of the 20 mark.
Here's a look at the score. We have Dylan on top with 11 points. I have a feeling he's not going to be on top very long. Marcus Firegon moves up with 6 points. Keep in mind that the bonus points have not yet been added to the scores.
Here's our second race. We have Bobby Johnson in the Lancia 037 going up against LEJ and the Hyundai i20 Coupe WRC.
Bobby Johnson, the #1 challenger for the championship. He won both races in round 1. He's fast and knows how to get air. Hopefully he doesn't follow the path of Big Air Dylan.
Johnson looking good out there.
He's got quite a distance over LEJ.
Here goes jump 2.
Johnson plays it safe over both jumps.
LEJ's closing in. Oh, no, she falls over.
LEJ wrecks, and Bobby Johnson gets some sweet hang time in the air as he takes the win on race 1.
A tough break for LEJ. She was closing in on Bobby Johnson at the end, but fell apart on the last turn.
Johnson gets a time of 16.296. That already makes him the fastest driver of the day. I believe we're looking at the new leader in this event.
I think Johnson was playing it safe on this run, finish the course, get a decent time, get some air, don't wreck.
We're gonna have to see if he jumped further than Marcus Firegon. Here's the big air cam.
That's a good looking jump.
Here's the comparison, and yes, he does. That means right now Bobby Johnson is in the lead as far as time and big air. He's got one race to go, but it's looking really good for him today.
I like how he keeps his car straight in the air.
Bobby Johnson moving to the first place spot with 12. So far, he's won all 3 of his races. Let's see if he can make that 4, or will LEJ pull off an upset here?
Bobby Johnson once again in the lead.
LEJ falling behind. Johnson hits the wall and slides.
LEJ catching up.
It's a close race again. Bobby Johnson still in front. Both drivers are overjumped too. They're in the final corner. LEJ
not again.
wipes out.
Whoa.
And Bobby Johnson goes really big on the jump.
Wow.
He did not need to do all that. He was already winning.
That was bonkers.
LEJ somehow flipped your car back over, and look at that time. Bobby Johnson gets a time of 15.764 seconds. He beats his previous time, and he may have beaten his previous jump as well.
Bobby Johnson was pretty much racing against himself.
I don't know about that. I really think LEJ was putting the pressure on him, and that's what brought out the best in Bobby Johnson.
It could be, but unfortunately, that's a double DNF for LEJ.
Yeah, that's going to crush her in the points. No points at all for this round.
Here's the jump comparison.
Bobby Johnson beats his first jump and makes it very, very clear that he is the big air bonus winner of the day.
The table seemed to have turned Bobby Johnson with 2 big airs, Dylan with nothing. This may be a little soon, but Big Air Bobby has a nice ring to it.
Hey, we still got one more round, so I wouldn't go there just yet.
Okay.
Here's the score with the bonus points added in. And wow, Bobby Johnson takes a huge lead, 22 points. Dylan has 13, Marcus Firegone 12, and LEJ 6.
Wow, Bobby Johnson has not lost a race yet.
Coming up in the final round, the face-off you've all been waiting for, Bobby Johnson will take on Big Air Dylan.
You forgot the air quotes when you said Big Air.
He had one bad day, and you want to take his title away from him already.
I don't want to take his title away. Bobby Johnson is the one that wants to do that.
Welcome back to the 3D Bot Maker Diecast Rally Championship. It is time for the final round in event number 2.
We finally get to see the race we've been waiting for. Big Air Dylan versus Group B Bobby Johnson.
That should be a great race. Here's the scoreboard coming into round 3. Bobby Johnson on top with 22 points. That's a 9-point lead over Dylan.
That's because Bobby Johnson doesn't lose. So far, he's won every single race.
Here's our first matchup of the day. We have Marcus Firegone in the Subaru WRX STI going up against LEJ in the Hyundai i20 Coupe WRC.
LEJ had a terrible race in round 2, 0 points for the entire round. She is too far behind in points to have any chance of winning this championship. Marcus Firegone, on the other hand, may have a slim chance. It all depends on Bobby Johnson.
Yeah, this is Bobby Johnson's championship to lose. Really, a mediocre performance from him today will win the championship because he did so well in the first 2 rounds.
Whoa, Marcus Firegone really going for it there.
A great start for Marcus Firegone. He gets a big jump at the finish line.
And it's nice to see LEJ finishing the race.
Yeah, she had so much trouble in round 2 with that final turn section. And there's the times. Marcus Firegone gets a 15.774 second time. LEJ 16.496.
Look at that air on the first jump.
Yeah, he was really moving there. He got a little loose on the landing, but recovered quickly.
And here comes that big air.
Let's see how much distance he got.
Look at that.
His car started rotating in the air. He got around the 20 mark. LEJ with a little bunny hop there. That will also qualify for the big air competition.
This is such a great view. This really shows you how far those cars are flying through the air.
The big question on everyone's mind today, will we see Dylan go flying through the air?
I sure hope so. He's going to need to if he wants to keep Big Air in front of his name.
Marcus Firegone now has 14 points, moves into second place. Keep in mind, once again, the bonus points will not be added until the end of the round.
Here we go with race 2.
A close race into the first corner. They're side by side right here. Now Marcus Firegone pulls ahead into the lead.
Marcus Firegone is on a mission. He's trying to get all the points that he can, and he's going fast.
This looks like a good run.
That was
no.
a disappointing jump.
Oh, man.
What was that?
Talk about anticlimactic.
How did he go so fast and get so little air?
I guess he braked before the jump, but look at that time, 14.824 seconds. That is a very fast time.
That might put him at number 1 for the time bonus.
That's going to be a hard one to beat, but we do have Dylan and Bobby Johnson coming up in the next race, so it's certainly not unbeatable. It was a close race until jump 1. LEJ lost control. Marcus Firegon doing very well coming off the jumps.
Look at the air he gets on jump 2. He bounced around on the landing, but he still had a lot of speed going there.
I do have to give him this. That was a very stylish jump. He was in the air at an angle, then came down, landed, and spun that car around with a bootleg turn. If there was extra points for style and landing, I would give it to him for that.
Well, there are no style points because it's all about the big air.
And here's the points for Marcus Firegon and LEJ. Marcus Firegon now has 16 points. He won both races and has a very fast time and got some air in the beginning, so he's looking good.
All right, now the moment we've all been waiting for. Season 2 Event 1 champion Big Air Dylan takes on Group B Bobby Johnson.
The 2008 Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution versus the Lancia 037.
It's 80s rally versus the 2000s.
And here they go. A close race into the first corner. Dylan with the block over Bobby Johnson.
Dylan looking to redeem himself.
He's got a decent lead here. Bobby Johnson not far behind.
This is where he wrecked last time.
Dylan up and over the jump, plays it safe there. He's through the final corners.
Come on, give me some big air.
Oh,
what?
No, Dylan flips over.
You gotta be kidding me.
Bobby Johnson flies past him, but Big Air Dylan did cross the finish line first. So he takes the win.
What is going on with Dylan?
Well, he did win.
Look at him. Look at him right there. Does that look like a winner to you, 3D?
He got to the finish line first.
He barely got to the finish line on his roof.
You know, in any other race, we would have celebrated a roof slide across the finish line.
This is not any other race. This is the DRC.
I just think you're being hard on the guy who just got a win over Bobby Johnson. Had a great block move at the beginning. A 15-second time.
I just hope you know CPR because Dylan is choking big time in this championship.
I guess if you want to call winning choking.
He needs all the points he can get here, including the big air.
Let's take a look at the big air cam. Here comes Bobby Johnson. Not much air there.
Marcus Firegon jumped a whole car length ahead of him.
Yeah, Firegon currently leading this round in both time and the big air jump. Bobby Johnson now has 23 points. Dylan 15. It all comes down to this. If Bobby Johnson finishes with a decent time here, I think we'll be looking at a new champion in the DRC.
Here we go, Dylan out in the lead.
Dylan showing he's the faster of the two.
Watch out.
Dylan pops up on the side of the track. Bobby Johnson passes.
It's over for Dylan now. It is over.
Here they come to the final corners. Dylan closing the gap.
He's not giving up.
It's a chase to the finish.
Oh, Bobby Johnson.
Wow.
That was one of the biggest jumps we've ever seen.
An amazing finish as well. A close race right down to the end. Both drivers going airborne on the jump.
There's the time.
The clock registers a 15.356 second time. We're going to have to calculate the adjustment for Dylan's time. But man, what a race.
This is exactly what I was hoping for. Nice, tight, close racing.
Right here's where Dylan made the error, went up on the side of the track. Johnson saw the opening and flew right through.
You really got to give it to Bobby Johnson. He is a great rally driver.
He won 5 out of 6 races in the championship rounds. He was also the only driver to not have a single DNF. He is just a champion level driver through and through.
Well, sadly, Big Air Dylan has met his match. And I hate to do this, but I can no longer, in good faith, refer to him as Big Air Dylan. He will just be Dylan.
Well, we're still trying to push some merch here, and Big Air Dylan is on the t-shirt, so
nope.
It's Big Air Dylan.
I'm not doing it.
You do realize the merch sales help pay for your salary, correct?
Big Air Dylan will always be an iconic driver of the DRC, and he has the t-shirt to prove it.
Also, this is not the last you'll see of Big Air Dylan. He will race again in the final event of the season.
That was an amazing jump by Bobby Johnson, touching down around the 30 mark.
It's so awesome to see 2 cars in the air at the same time.
I love it.
Here's a look at the scoreboard. Bobby Johnson with 25, Marcus Firegon and Dylan tie with 16, and now the bonus points are added in, and Bobby Johnson, your new DRC champion, ends the event with 32 points. But look at second place. Marcus Firegon beats out Dylan for second.
Wow, that's got to be disappointing for Team Dylan to go from being the championship driver to 3rd place. That has to hurt.
That's enough talk about Dylan. Here is our new DRC champion, Bobby Johnson, driving for Team Lancia in the Lancia 037.
It was a legendary rally car in the 80s, and it's still dominating here in the 3D Botmaker Diecast Rally Championship.
Coming up for the 3rd event in the DRC, we have something special.
Oh yeah, it's going to be good.
For the first time ever, we will be racing rally trucks.
That's just going to be crazy.
It's going to be a wild ride, to say the least. Welcome back to the 3D Botmaker Diecast Rally Championship Rally Truck Edition.
This is going to be awesome.
Or it could be a total disaster.
Which will be awesome.
Here's how the points will be scored. First place will get you 4 points, second place 2, and a DNF 0.
You don't finish, you don't get points.
There's also bonus points for each round. The driver with the fastest time will get an additional point along with the driver that jumps the farthest.
The question that I have is, will any of these trucks be able to get some big air?
We'll find out soon enough. Also, all 6 drivers will be competing throughout the entire championship. We will not be doing the solo qualifying runs. Instead, they'll be competing over 5 rounds in a round-robin format tournament.
So we are getting right into the action.
That is correct.
Now, I'm seeing all these trucks out here. What about Bobby J?
Bobby Johnson will be sitting out for this truck edition, but we will see him again in the next round.
Is that Stephen King wearing a cape?
You know, it's hard for some people to let go of the past.
Sad but true.
Here's our first matchup of the day. We have Honda Lou West driving the Jeep Scrambler, going up against Lincoln Hawk in the Toyota off-road truck.
Now, these trucks are lifted for off-road driving. Is that going to cause problems on this track?
Well, that's going to mean a higher center of gravity, so they could be more prone to tipping, but we'll find out right now because here they go. A close race into turn 1. Lincoln Hawk moves in front of Honda Lou.
Oh, there goes Honda Lou.
Honda Lou falls over on 2. We just got Lincoln Hawk now.
Let's see if we can make it through this.
That's a tough section to track. Some sliding there, and Lincoln Hawk hops slightly over the finish.
Yeah, that was a hop. That certainly was not big air.
I think he's still getting a feel for the track. He gets a time of 15.970 seconds. That's not too bad.
Honda Lou West over on her side. That's what I was afraid of with these tall vehicles. You've got to really be an exceptional driver to navigate that thing down the course all the way.
Well, both drivers do have previous experience with trucks. Honda Lou getting on 2 wheels on that second turn.
I think Lincoln Hawk may have thrown her off with that slide that he did. Hey, is that a new camera angle?
Yes, we have a new camera tower out there.
Very nice.
Here's another look at that finish by Lincoln Hawk. If you look at the scoreboard right here, you'll notice those 2 points in orange. Those are the bonus points. We're adding them in real time. If another driver gets a faster time or jumps further, you'll see those numbers move around. You may have also noticed that new track piece at turn 1. That turn was sent in by Slandman Customs. They actually worked with us on designing it. It's a great track piece. I really think it improves the racing on this course. You can find Slandman Customs on Facebook. I believe he also has an Etsy store.
I think the divided lanes give the drivers more time to get up to speed and provide some better racing.
Here we go with race 2. We have Lincoln Hawk on the inside lane, Honda Lou West on the outside.
Honda Lou West down by 4 points. She could really use a win here or at least a finish.
Lincoln Hawk up and over the first hill. Around that second corner, Honda Lou West still in it.
Lincoln Hawk has some speed there.
Through the final turn, out the tunnel, here he comes.
He's going big.
Oh, yes!
Big air, baby. Big air.
To answer your question, can trucks fly? Yes, they can.
That was too good.
And look at that time, 14.278 seconds.
Honda Lou West fell over again, this time on the final turn section. This is just not her day.
Lincoln Hawk navigating around this track like a pro. Look at how fast he was going. Kept that thing going straight up and over that second hill.
Some two-wheel action by Honda Lou.
Looks like she was going high on that final corner. That's probably how she fell.
It's a pretty tall Jeep.
Look at this amazing jump by Lincoln Hawk. That camera angle does not do it justice. Look at that.
I had my doubts about these trucks, but they have all gone away with that jump.
Here it is again. Wow.
That's just a whole lot of awesomeness.
Lincoln Hawk throwing down the gauntlet in round 1. He has a 14.278 second time and jumped past the 25 mark. That is going to be pretty tough to beat.
An absolutely over-the-top performance by Lincoln Hawk.
Here's our second matchup. We have Truck and Travis Wheeler in the 1987 Dodge D100. He'll be racing against Francisco Guadalajara, aka Frankie G, in the Subaru Brat.
Also known as the 284 for those outside of the US.
Travis Wheeler starting off on the inside, Frankie G on the outside. Here they go through Slamman Corner. Travis Wheeler pulling ahead. Rounding turn 2. Whoa!
Travis Wheeler falls over.
Frankie G gives him a nudge and keeps going.
Will he make it?
He lost a lot of speed on that hit. Oh, he's struggling.
Come on, Frankie, you can do it.
I think he may have sustained some damage there.
Hey, look at that. He still got up and over that jump.
Francisco Guadalajara brings it home slow and steady. An 18.204 second time. But you know, finishing in first place is key here. He still gets 4 points for that win.
The same cannot be said for Travis Wheeler. He gets a big old DNF.
He was looking really good too. What happened right here?
He understeered.
Yep, he hit his tire on the right wall. That spun him around. He hit the other wall and then flipped over.
I thought it was going to be the end for both drivers because the Dodge was blocking the road. But Frankie G was determined to finish that race.
And it paid off. That's 4 points on the board for Frankie G. Let's see if he can add to that in the second race.
This time we have Frankie G on the inside, Truck and Travis Wheeler on the outside.
Another close one into Slamman Corner.
Frankie G in the lead.
Up and over the first hill into turn 2. Frankie G taking control of this race. Oh, I spun too soon. Oh, no.
double wipeout.
It was looking so good for Frankie G, and it all just fell apart after that jump.
It looked like that was going to be a fast run by Frankie G.
Let's see what went wrong here. Oh, look at that air he got. That was beautiful.
He looks level and straight. What happened?
Looks like he had an uneven landing, bounced around there. I was hoping he was going to roll all the way over back on his tires, but nope.
Travis Wheeler was also having a great run there until he ran into Frankie G.
Yeah, that's a tough break for Travis Wheeler. He joins Honolulu West with 0 points for round 1. Francisco Guadalajara ends the round with 4 points. And here's our final group of the day. We have Colt Sievers driving the Land Rover Series 3 pickup. He'll be racing against Truck Norris in the 2015 Ford F-150.
Truck Norris?
Yeah.
So his first name is Truck, last name Norris.
That's what it says.
So his parents named him Truck.
Well, he could have changed his name legally because he likes trucks.
Okay.
Hey, I don't make up the names here. The channel members do that.
Hey, I'm fine with it if you are.
Colt Sievers out in front, spins around. Truck Norris gives him a push.
Both drivers still in it.
Through the final turn section, Colt Sievers in the lead, going backwards.
Whoa.
Colt Sievers makes a reverse jump off the track completely.
Wow.
Truck Norris goes big but rolls the landing. A 15.969 second time for Truck Norris. The time to beat 14.278. Right now, Lincoln Hawk still holding on to both bonus points in time and jump distance. Let's look at the replay.
Colt Sievers almost lost it completely coming out of 2. He oversteers, gets up on 2 wheels, but managed to recover.
Well, rumor has it Colt Sievers is actually a Hollywood stuntman.
Well, that would explain a lot. Look at that jump off the track, and he lands
Yeah, he's
it.
definitely a stuntman.
For sure.
Truck Norris hitting the side wall with the front tire of his F-150 right there.
That's going to roll you over each and every time.
That's 4 points so far for Colt Sievers, 2 points for Truck Norris. 1 race to go. Let's see if they can add to their score.
You know, I'm wondering about Truck Norris's truck choice here. I mean, I don't want to question the truck guy, but a crew cab, is that really a smart idea for rally racing?
If Truck Norris says a crew cab is good for rally, a crew cab is good for rally.
It just seems counterintuitive.
They say Truck Norris once lost both legs in a car accident and still managed to walk it off.
Wow, that sounds a little
Here
embellished.
comes Truck! Oh,
Yes,
double!
that is what I'm talking about right there, 3D.
Oh, yeah.
Double big air. What?
And they both seem to actually jump about the same amount of distance. We're going to have to do a comparison to see who gets the big air bonus for this round. Truck Norris gets a 14.808 second time. The time to beat was 14.278. That means Lincoln Hawk in the Toyota off-road truck will get the time bonus.
Look at that air, 3D. I am just in awe.
It looks like Colt Sievers, who came in second place, actually had the bigger jump here.
I need to see this replay like 5 more times.
We're going to have to do a comparison to see who gets the big air bonus. I think the other camera angle is a little better for this. There's a mark for Truck Norris. Here comes Colt Sievers. Oh yeah, he got the bigger jump.
That's stuntman Colt Sievers for you.
Now the question is, where did Lincoln Hawk land?
Here we go.
A bonus point on the line here.
He's got it.
Oh yeah, Lincoln Hawk clearly got that one.
That was over the top.
That means both bonus points will be going to Lincoln Hawk. Here's a look at the scoreboard for round 1. Lincoln Hawk sitting on top with 10 points. Truck Norris and Colt Sievers tie with 6. Francisco Guadalajara with 4. And Honolulu West and Travis Wheeler sadly on the bottom with 0 points for this round.
It was not their day.
But welcome back to the 3D Botmaker Diecast Rally Championship Rally Truck Edition. We've widened out the landing area. That should give cars a little more room to land.
Very nice.
And we're also refining the rule on the big air landing. The jump distance will be marked where the vehicle's tire first touches the track. So one of the tires has to be the first thing to touch down on the track, otherwise it won't count.
So no landing upside down or on your side.
No, it was just too difficult to tell where the cars were actually touching down first when the cars are flipped upside down or on their nose.
Do they have to stick the landing?
Nope, just your first point of impact on the ground has to be a tire on the track for it to count.
Got it.
Here's a look at the score so far. Lincoln Hawk on top with 10 points. Truck Norris and Colt Sievers tie with 6. Francisco Guadalajara has 4 points, and Honolulu West and Travis Wheeler had a tough time in round 1. They have 0 points.
Up first, he puts his pants on 2 legs at a time. It's Truck Norris in the 2015 Ford F-150.
He'll be racing against Travis Wheeler in the 1987 Dodge D100. Travis Wheeler desperately needs to get some points here. He has 0. Truck Norris, on the other hand, had a pretty good round 1, but he's still 4 points behind the leader. Here they go into Slandman corner.
It's close. Travis Wheeler in the lead.
Here they go through turn 2. Travis Wheeler really opening that dodge up now.
He is looking fast out there.
He's through the final turns.
This is going to be good.
Here he goes.
Hey.
Oh, Travis Wheeler gets up and he flips over, coming down.
That was nice.
Truck Norris gets some air too. I believe he did come down on his tire.
These trucks are really putting on a show for the fans.
Travis Wheeler gets a time of 14.586 seconds. That's a pretty good start in the mid-14s.
I got to see that jump again. Here it is. Travis Wheeler out there showing off his undercarriage to the fans.
That was a big jump, but that will not count towards the big air bonus. That jump there by Truck Norris, though, will.
You know, rumor has it Truck Norris doesn't actually jump. The Earth just moves away from him.
Okay, but the physics of that doesn't
really... Are you
really...
seriously questioning Truck Norris?
No,
Is that what you're doing right now?
No, if that's what they say, I
okay, good. I'm glad we have an understanding.
Here comes Truck Norris. We're going to mark where he landed on the new grid here.
Ooh, a landing grid. That's fancy.
Well, we're just trying to be accurate, not necessarily fancy.
Come on.
What?
Come on.
Okay, yeah, it's pretty cool.
There is nothing wrong with admitting when you do something fancy.
Well, Steve was kind of the one who helped out with the graphic part.
You're fancy, man.
Okay, it's just, what's up with the word fancy?
What's wrong with fancy?
No one really uses that word to describe this type of stuff.
It's a perfectly good word to use.
Here we go with race 2. This time Travis Wheeler on the inside. He's pulling away from Truck Norris.
He got some air off that first hill.
Here they go through 2. Travis Wheeler flying out of that corner.
He is really moving out there.
The camera's having trouble keeping up.
Give me that big air.
Whoa! Travis Wheeler.
Ooh.
Oh, wait a minute. That's not good.
Uh-oh.
He went flying through the air, bounced off the truck into the merch window.
Was there someone in the front of that line?
I don't think so. Maybe we should check that out.
Look at that. Truck Norris get the DNF.
Can we get someone to go over to the merch store, please?
Although they say Truck Norris doesn't DNF because he won the race before it even started.
Yeah, that's not true.
You do not question Truck Norris.
Oh, whoa, okay.
Like, seriously.
Let's calm down. Take 5. We got to see what's going on here at the merch store.
I think I see someone under that truck.
No, I think that's just a shirt that fell off the counter.
I'm pretty sure that's a body.
Ooh, wait a minute.
There's a leg
Cut
and
to break.
head.
Cut to break.
He is the first man, he is the last man, and he's a man's man. Plus, he drives a truck like a real American should. And he's so dedicated that he changed his name from Chuck to Truck. And you want to come on here and question him with things like physics and reality.
Susan, can you help out? I can't deal with this right now.
It's just...
Okay, 2D, I'm gonna need you to try using I statements.
Okay.
Like I feel, because, when, what I need is.
What I need is for 3D to keep Truck Norris's name out of his mouth.
I'm a commentator. How's that even possible?
And that's why your mom won't buy any of your merch.
You're not helping the situation.
That's not true. She bought a decal and a coffee mug from the link in the description. Okay, and we're back. Let's look at the scoreboard. Travis Wheeler and Truck Norris both currently have 9 points.
Right now, Travis Wheeler has the fastest time, Truck Norris with the biggest legal jump.
Yeah, Travis Wheeler got a 13.466 second time on that last run. That is going to be tough to beat.
Here's our next pair of drivers. We have Lincoln Hawk in the Toyota off-road truck. He's going up against the fall guy Colt Sievers in the Land Rover Series 3 pickup.
Lincoln Hawk, the current leader. Colt Sievers did pretty well in round 1, got 6 points. This should be a good matchup right here. I expect some good racing. Here they go through Slam Man. Lincoln Hawk now taking the lead.
Lincoln Hawk, a very solid driver. He's doing great.
Chuck Sievers still in. He's trying to catch up. Through the final turns, Lincoln Hawk holding on to that lead.
Here comes the jump.
Here he goes. Nice. Lincoln Hawk goes big, but Chuck Sievers goes even bigger.
Chuck Sievers is like the truck jumping king out there. Even when he's in second place, he still manages to outjump the driver in front of him.
We're going to have to review the footage to see if he got further, but he definitely got higher on that jump.
There's Lincoln Hawk. Look at Chuck Sievers.
Ooh, I'm not quite sure if his tire touched down first. Let's see from the other angle. Lincoln Hawk touches down in the 4th zone on the grid.
Let's see where Colt Sievers landed.
There he goes, flying through the air. He does touch the track with his front tire, and they're going to mark that slightly ahead of Lincoln Hawk.
What can I say? Colt Sievers is a stuntman, and he knows what he's doing.
That's for sure. Both drivers end up out-jumping Truck.
It's okay, you can say it.
Okay, I wasn't quite sure. So Colt Sievers takes that bonus point away from Truck Norris and is currently sitting at 9 points.
Here we go with race 2.
Lincoln Hawk once again out in front going into Slam Man corner. Colt Sievers keeping up with him.
Lincoln Hawk back out in front.
He's looking fast, but can he beat that 13-second time?
He hit the wall. That's going to slow him down.
Colt Sievers not far behind.
Here comes some more big air.
Here they go. Whoa! Sievers
Colt
with
Sievers.
a huge jump.
The truck driving jump king Colt Sievers does it again. Out jumps the first place driver. That is nothing short of amazing.
If you watch right here, he seems to be gaining speed in this last section of track. If the track was a little longer, he would have caught up to Lincoln Hawk.
I absolutely love it. He knows how to get that truck up in the air.
Here it is from the side view. Look at Lincoln Hawk, and then look at Colt Sievers.
That was so good. How does that compare to his first jump?
Let's go to the other jump cam and look at it with the grid. Also, we should point out that's a solid performance by Lincoln Hawk. He wins both races, but Colt Sievers totally stole the show.
I think that was a bigger jump.
Here's the comparison, and yes, Colt Sievers does get slightly further down the track. Here's the scoreboard. Lincoln Hawk way up in points now. He has 18. He has won every single race so far. Colt Sievers currently sitting in second place with 11 points. Right now, he has the biggest jump of the day.
Here's our last matchup. We have Francisco Guadalajara in the Subaru Brat going up against Honda Lou West in the Jeep Scrambler.
Honda Lou West seriously behind in points. She has 0 after 2 DNFs in round 1. Francisco Guadalajara, aka Frankie G, has 6 points.
Frankie G out in the lead.
Oh yeah, he's looking fast. Honda Lou West falling behind.
She's trying to catch up.
Hopefully she doesn't fall over. She's trying to close the gap on Frankie G.
Frankie G holding on to the lead.
Here they go through the final turns. Frankie G heading to the jump.
Oh, did you see Honda Lou West?
Whoa! That is the first time we've seen Honda Lou West take the jump, and boy did she go high up in the air.
That was awesome.
Another second place driver out jumping the first place driver, but unfortunately I don't think she landed on her tires.
I said it before, but man, these trucks are giving us some great high-flying action.
I think she may have hit the side wall first. Let's see from the side angle.
Look at Frankie G with that perfect level jump.
And yes, unfortunately for Honda Lou West, she does hit her front end on the side wall, so that jump will not count towards the big air bonus.
She needs every point she can get.
Frankie G does touch down on his tires. Let's see how that compares to Colt Sievers. Colt Sievers still ahead, so he will hold on to that bonus point. Francisco now has 8 points. Honda Lou West has 2 points on the board. That's not much, but at least it's something.
Well, it's a start in the right direction.
Here we go, final race of the day. Honda Lou West on the inside lane. Francisco Guadalajara on the outside lane in the red Subaru Brat. Honda Lou West with a slight lead coming out of Slam Man.
Here comes Francisco with the overtake.
Francisco now out in front. Honda Lou West on his tail. They're side by side now.
This is a good one.
Honda Lou West with a pass.
Oh, she did it.
She's going for the jump.
Hey.
Oh, Honda Lou West tumbles over. She lands back up on her tires, but that will not count, unfortunately.
Wow, that race though, 3B.
Oh, man.
We haven't seen a race like that on this track ever.
Oh, man, the back and forth on that race was spectacular.
Oh, look at Frankie G. He got stuck coming out of that tunnel.
That's going to be a DNF for Francisco Guadalajara. Honda Lou West will pick up her first win ever so far in this series. Here's another look at that race right here. Frankie G out in front. Honda Lou West behind him. He pulls to the left, leaving an opening for Honda Lou West. Look at that. She was on 2 wheels, rocking back and forth.
And then this right here was the finisher. She forces Frankie G off the road, securing the win and the 4 points she desperately needed.
Here's her jump. She went really wild there. Touchdown on her hood. She ends up flipping back over. If that had been her tire touching down, she would have the big air bonus for this round.
Well, it's still good to see her make it to the finish line twice.
Here's the final scores for round 2. Lincoln Hawk now has 18 points. Colt Sievers in second place with 11. Travis Wheeler has 9. Francisco Guadalajara and Truck Norris both have 8. And Honda Lou West has 6.
There's still 3 rounds to go, but right now Lincoln Hawk looks unstoppable.
Welcome back to the 3D Bot Maker Diecast Rally Championship. It's round 3 of 5 in this special Rally Truck Edition. Here's a look at the scoreboard going into this round. Lincoln Hawk on top with 18, Colt Sievers has 11, Travis Wheeler 9, Francisco Guadalajara and Truck Norris both tie with 8, and Honda Lou West on the bottom with 6.
Here's our first matchup of the day. We have Francisco Guadalajara, aka Frankie G, in the Subaru Brat. He's going up against the legendary Truck Norris in the 2015 Ford F-150.
Both drivers tied in points. They both have 8. That's 10 points behind the leader, Lincoln Hawk. Here they go through Slam Man corner. Francisco in the lead.
What is going on with Truck Norris?
He's falling behind here.
I expected him to be out in front.
Here comes Frankie G through the final turns.
Oh, and Truck Norris falls over.
Here comes Francisco. Whoa!
Wow.
Goes way up in the air at an angle.
Rocket Man.
It did look like he was trying to go to the moon with that one.
And he flipped it back over.
And look at that time right there. 13.682 seconds. Very impressive.
That's fast.
A great start for Francisco Guadalajara.
Look at that jump there. He caught some air.
The big question is, what's going on with your boy Truck Norris?
I don't know, he might be an imposter because this is not the Truck Norris that I know. The Truck Norris I know makes onions cry and slams revolving doors.
I mean, the first one maybe, but how do you slam?
There's some things we should not question.
Here's another look at that jump by Francisco Guadalajara.
That wasn't a jump, that was a stunt.
How amazing would that be if he pulled off a barrel roll in the air?
If someone actually pulls that off, we should just shut the whole thing down and give them the championship.
I don't know about the whole championship, maybe the big air bonus. Here we go with race 2, Truck Norris starting off on the inside lane.
Come on, Truck Norris, show them what you're made of.
They're side by side into slam man. Francisco pulling ahead now.
Come on, Truck.
Truck Norris having some problems.
I just don't get it.
Francisco going through the final turn section. Here he's coming to the jump.
Here's that big air. Whoa!
A big jump there. And there goes Truck Norris flying by.
Frankie G is on it today. He is hot.
And look at that time. Francisco Guadalajara actually beats his first time, setting the bar now at 13.454 seconds.
Round 3 is the time to step up your game. Frankie G is doing just that.
Looks like he lands on his nose, so that will not qualify for the big air bonus. Truck Norris does touch down on his tires, so that one will count.
We got to see that jump again by Frankie G. Look at that.
Wow.
He is out of this world.
That was big. Here it is from another angle, and yeah, he hits the nose of the car, not his tires. Let's see where Truck Norris landed.
Wherever he landed, Truck Norris has been a huge disappointment.
Well, he hasn't been on top, so I don't know why your expectations are so high.
Because he's Truck Norris, Texas Ranger.
Are you sure you're not confusing Chuck Norris with Truck Norris?
They're two separate guys?
Yeah, one's named Chuck, the other one's Truck.
Oh, wow.
I mean, if it was Chuck Norris driving, he would have a perfect score.
Yeah, it all makes sense now.
Frankie G now in second place with 17 points. Up next, we have Travis Wheeler in the 1987 Dodge D100 going up against the leader, Lincoln Hawk, in the Toyota off-road truck.
Lincoln Hawk undefeated so far. He has not lost a single race.
Here we go, Travis Wheeler out in front. He's really pulling ahead after that turn.
Lincoln Hawk not used to being in second place.
Travis Wheeler swerving around that turn, bouncing off the side wall there.
He is slipping and sliding out there.
Here he comes to the jump. Whoa, he rolls it.
Lincoln Hawk sticks the landing.
Travis Wheeler gets a time of 14.556 seconds. That's about a second behind Francisco, but Travis Wheeler does put an end to Lincoln Hawk's winning streak.
It was a good run while it lasted, but he still has plenty of points on the board.
That's true, and that finish will give him 2 more, so now he has 20. With the DRC, consistency is key, and so far Lincoln Hawk has been very consistent with his driving.
Some nice air by Travis Wheeler. Looks like he was also attempting a barrel roll.
Well, he might have heard your idea about winning the championship if you land one.
Well, maybe not the whole championship, but at least a point.
Right now, the judges are looking to see if he landed on his tire. And yeah, they're going to give it to him.
Wow, that's a big jump.
Yeah, so far that is the biggest jump of the day. That means Travis Wheeler will take the big air bonus point away from Truck Norris, bringing his current score up to 14.
They still got one more race. Can he beat Lincoln Hawk again?
This time Lincoln Hawk starting off on the inside lane. This should be another good one. Travis Wheeler out in front, holds on to the lead throughout the turn. Whoa, he rolls it!
He rolled it all the way over back on his tires.
Lincoln Hawk challenged around that corner. Travis Wheeler cut him off.
Travis ain't playing no games out there.
This is gonna be big!
Geronimo!
Whoa, he jumped off the track.
Oh man, he was so in the moment, he didn't care at all.
Travis Wheeler just flooring it to the finish line. He does not beat Frankie G's time, but he still has the biggest jump in the round for today.
That's the kind of driving I love to see. No caution, no care or concern for his own safety. He is all in on this race.
Let's look at this amazing roll recovery. Look at that. Rolls it, lands on his tires, up on 2 wheels there. Lincoln Hawk trying to pass, but look at Travis Wheeler, cuts him right off.
I think Travis Wheeler might be my new hero.
After Truck Norris let you down?
Yeah, I need a new DRC hero, and Travis Wheeler fits the bill.
Your allegiance seems to quickly shift.
Hey, that's not fair. I was confused between Truck and Chuck. With Travis Wheeler, there's no confusion at all.
So Truck Norris is not your guy anymore?
As far as I'm concerned, Mr. Norris can get the truck out of here.
Whoa, dude.
What?
Can we say that?
I said truck.
Oh, I heard something completely different.
I said he can get his truck out of here.
Is that what you heard, Steve?
Bros, I said truck.
I know this is an adult diecast racing channel,
well,
but...
then it doesn't matter what I said.
Well, we still want to be advertiser friendly.
Mother truck.
Okay, is this on a 6-second delay?
You're too much.
We apologize for what you may have heard there.
No, we don't. Here's our final pair of the day. We have Honda Luest in the Jeep Scrambler. She's going up against the legendary Colt Sievers, driving the Land Rover Series 3 pickup truck. Seriously, guys, was that necessary?
What?
It's the Rally Truck Edition. Are you seriously going to censor me every time I say the word truck?
We're just playing it safe here.
This is unbelievable. That's right, Steve. I said it that time.
Both drivers through turn 1. Honolulu West in the lead going around turn 2. Colt Sievers falling behind.
Let's see if Honolulu West can keep that Jeep upright.
She's going through the final turn section, makes it out, and here she goes. Oh, wow.
That Jeep Scrambler is just not built for jumping.
That looked like another attempt at the finish line barrel roll.
I'm guessing it's a new challenge on TikTok or something like that.
Well, it was not successful, but that win is important for Honolulu West. That's going to add 4 points to her score. She now has 10.
Honolulu West finally moves into double digits in round 3.
It's about time. Here's that jump again.
No tire contact there. That will not count towards the big air.
That DNF will hurt Colt Sievers. He stays at 11. Honolulu West has 10. She's now tied with Truck Norris. Here we go with the final race of the day. Colt Sievers on the inside, Honolulu West on the outside lane.
Only 1 point separating these two drivers.
Colt Sievers with a slight lead through turn 1. Honolulu West not far behind. Colt Sievers starting to stretch that lead.
He's moving now.
He flies through the final turns.
Honolulu's still in it.
He's approaching the jump.
Oh! Wow!
Man, that was a disaster. Diverted by that truck.
That could have been another merch store massacre.
Also, is that the same guy waiting in line for merch?
Yeah, he's a really big supporter of the channel.
Well, anyways, Colt Sievers takes the win on this last race. Honolulu West finishes in second. We're going to have to check again to see where Honolulu West landed. I believe she did touch down on her tires.
Well, Colt Sievers certainly did not land on his tires. He went flying straight upside down into that truck.
Here's another look. He had a lot of speed there. Takes the jump at an angle. And that Gulf truck just saved the day. Look at Honolulu West, though. Wow, she did like a 360 spin on the landing.
And she ended on her tires. That was pretty sweet.
I hope he didn't damage that truck.
Here comes Honolulu. That was her best jump yet.
And yes, she does touch down on her tires. Her right tire touched the ground first. We're going to see how that compares to Travis Wheeler. Right there. They're marking it for where the right tire would be at.
Is it enough?
Nope, that's where Travis Wheeler landed. He is the big air winner of the day.
Man, Travis Wheeler really turning up the heat in this round. He's only 4 points behind the leader, Lincoln Hawk.
Here's the final scores for the day. Lincoln Hawk has 22 points. Travis Wheeler in second with 18. Francisco Guadalajara has 17. Colt Sievers has 15. Honolulu West now in 5th place with 12. And Truck Norris.
A sad score of 10.
Welcome back to the 3D Bot Maker Diecast Rally Championship. It is round 4 of 5 in this special Rally Truck edition. Here's a look at the scores going into this round. Lincoln Hawk has been the leader throughout this entire event. He has 22 points. Travis Wheeler in second with 18. Francisco Guadalajara has 17. Colt Sievers in fourth with 15. Honolulu West 12. Truck Norris 10.
Here's the first matchup of the day. We have Colt Sievers in the Land Rover going up against Travis Wheeler in the 1987 Dodge D100.
Travis Wheeler only 4 points behind Lincoln Hawk. A good performance here today could move him into that first place spot. Colt Sievers taking the lead coming out of Slamman Corner.
Travis Wheeler right behind him.
Here they go into some contact there. Travis Wheeler trying to find a way around him. Colt Sievers into the final corner.
Here it comes to the jump.
Colt Sievers with a nice jump there. He tumbles afterwards, but he did make first contact with his tire, so that one will count.
What happened to Travis?
Travis Wheeler,
oh, man, come on,
has wrecked over by the Rally Art Garage.
He came so close to the finish and got a DNF. That's really got to hurt.
Yeah, looks like he had trouble coming out of that final turn. I can't really see from that camera angle, but he would have at least got 2 points if he had finished. Instead, that's going to be 0.
A decent jump there by Colt Sievers.
Looks like he landed that after the third line. Here it is on the grid.
That was right about in the middle.
As of right now, Colt Sievers has the biggest jump and the fastest time, but we're just one race in.
That currently moves Colt Sievers into second place.
Keep in mind those orange bonus points on the scoreboard are temporary. If someone gets a bigger jump or a faster time, you'll see those points move around.
Here we go with race 2, Travis Wheeler on the inside lane.
This time, Travis Wheeler with a slight edge coming down the hill.
He's got a big lead now.
Pops his front end coming up over that jump. Colt Sievers having some trouble back there.
Travis is moving now.
He's looking fast. Oh, he's over!
Oh, he finished!
Travis Wheeler!
That was
slides
awesome.
across the finish line. Now look at that time. He gets a 13.80 second time.
How do you get a 13-second time while you're on your roof?
That was incredible. Colt Sievers wrecks on turn 2. I don't know what happened back there.
I don't know. I don't care. I just want to see Travis Wheeler do that again.
He was going really fast to be able to get that kind of a time. while sliding across the track on his roof. Right there, he did not negotiate that turn well at all.
Or maybe he did.
You think that was intentional?
That move right there is a highlight for the year. So
either way, what a finish. His truck stops right there on top of the hill, posing for the fans.
Only thing that would have been better is if he jumped as well.
That would be insane. Here's the score for Travis Wheeler and Colt Sievers. Travis Wheeler now on top with 23. Colt Sievers has 20.
Up next, we have Lincoln Hawk in the Toyota off-road truck. He is the man to beat in this competition. He'll be racing against Francisco Guadalajara in the Subaru Brat.
Francisco Guadalajara has been one of the top contenders in this competition. He's only 5 points behind Lincoln Hawk. This should be a good race.
Lincoln Hawk starting off on the inside lane.
Frankie G in the lead coming down the hill. It's a back and forth here. They're side by side now. They're fighting for it.
Frankie G with the overtake.
What a pass. He's in the lead now.
This one's going all the way to the line.
Both drivers through the final turn. Frankie G gets a boost there. And Francisco Guadalajara will take the win with a track time of 14.566 seconds. That's going to add 4 points to his score. Lincoln Hawk will get 2.
Lincoln Hawk has not been the fastest driver, but he is very consistent. He has finished every single race.
Yes, he has 0 DNFs, but I feel like his lead is starting to dwindle as these other drivers beat him around the track.
Look at this pass around turn 2 by Francisco. That right there is how you do it.
We'll have to see where he landed on the final jump. Here he goes. They're going to mark it around where his right tire would have been. And it looks like Colt Sievers will hold on to that bonus point right now.
Frankie G coming very close to taking that bonus point away from him.
Francisco Guadalajara now has 21. Lincoln Hawk has 24.
Lincoln Hawk back in that top spot. It's hard to get him out of there.
He's just been a really solid driver in that truck.
Here we go with race 2. Frankie G on the inside lane.
Francisco with the lead. It gets even bigger coming out of Slamman corner.
He's way out in front now.
Frankie G drifts into 2. Lincoln Hawk catching up now.
It's another close one.
Francisco gets a little loose there.
Lincoln Hawk is trying to get him.
Here they come to the jump.
Watch out.
Ooh, Francisco Guadalajara goes straight into that Golf truck.
That truck must have a target painted on it. Everyone's going after it.
Well, it has been saving lives of the people waiting in line for the merch store.
Well, that is good. If you want to avoid the lines and the danger that comes with them, you can head on over to the 3D Botmaker merch store online. The link is in the description below.
We've got Racing League shirts, DRC shirts, Stephen King, Big Air Dylan, the Crazy Brothers.
Sadly, there's no 2D shirts, though.
Well, you haven't raced or won any competitions.
There's a 3D Botmaker shirt.
Well, that's the name of the channel.
I think the fans want something with 2D on it.
Well,
That's
we will
all I'm
have some
saying.
Demolition Derby team shirts coming soon.
That's not 2D.
Well, if you think about it, 2D is part of 3D, right? 2 dimensions, 3 dimensions. The third dimension contains the first 2 dimensions.
Okay,
so
I get it. You could have just said no.
look, I'll run the idea past Susan, okay? Frankie G takes his second win of the day, although that jump will not count towards the Big Air.
Let's see where Lincoln Hawk landed.
Right there, we're going to see the comparison between that and Colt Sievers. And Colt Sievers just slightly has the lead again.
That means he'll be holding on to that bonus point.
Here's their scores coming out of that round. Lincoln Hawk has 26 now. Francisco Guadalajara in second place with 25.
And here's our final matchup. We have Truck Norris in the 2015 Ford F-150. He'll be racing against Honolulu West in the Jeep Scrambler.
Both of these drivers on the bottom of the scoreboard. Neither of them really have a chance of winning this championship. This is really like a race to see who's going to be on the bottom.
So it's a real race to the bottom.
Yep, exactly. It's a close race in the Slam Man. Truck Norris taking the lead. Let's see if Truck Norris can redeem himself in this race.
No, it's too late for Truck Norris.
Oh, Honolulu West wrecks!
That leaves Truck Norris all by himself.
He's going for it. Oh, not again! Uh-oh.
What is going on between these drivers and the merch store?
Did he hit anybody?
I hear the t-shirts are to die for.
This is not the time for jokes.
Look at that. I think everyone is okay.
Wow, those guys are not even fazed by it. They are just laser focused on getting that merch. And there's Honolulu West. She had a bad wreck coming off that jump. Here it is again.
Honolulu West has been very hit or miss in this competition. I'm not sure if that was a hit or a miss.
Well, she hit, then she missed out on getting any points.
Let's see this almost disaster by Truck Norris. Man, that was a nice jump.
Yeah, he would have bonus points if he kept it on the track. Look at that. I think he just barely missed the customers in line.
You know, I think we may need an I Survived the Merch Store t-shirt.
That's not a bad idea.
With 2D.
See, that just makes it a little too long.
I am not respected around here.
Truck Norris now has 14 points. He's ahead of Honolulu West by 2. Again, these two drivers are pretty much competing to see who will be on the bottom.
Here we go, final race of the day. Honolulu West on the inside lane.
Honolulu with a slight lead going into Slam Man. Truck Norris close behind.
It's a tight race so far.
Here they go into 2. Truck Norris taps the back end of that Jeep.
Hold on to it, Honolulu.
Honolulu now gaining some distance through the final turns. Here she goes.
Whoa, a big jump there by Honolulu West.
Truck Norris also getting some nice air. We're going to have to look at the replay. That was actually a great race by both drivers, but they both needed to perform like this earlier on in this competition.
Well, it is good to see them both still putting on a show for the fans.
Let's take another look at that jump. Honolulu West with some nice speed here. She really seems to have figured out the jump. She had a lot of problems with that early on in the competition. Both drivers touching down on their tires. We'll have to look to the grid to see who got the big air bonus.
I think Honolulu West is going to take it.
Here it is. Wow, look at how high she got up in there, and that is far. That is definitely going to take it away from Colt Sievers.
She nearly cleared all the lines.
Truck Norris certainly did not jump that far, so the big air bonus will be going to Honolulu West. And here's the final score after round 4. Lincoln Hawk still on top, but only by 1 point. He has 26. Francisco Guadalajara has 25. Travis Wheeler has 23. That's your top 3 right there. Colt Sievers is 7 points behind the leader with 19. And Honolulu West and Truck Norris round out the bottom 2. Honolulu West 1 point ahead of Truck Norris.
Only 3 points separate first and third place.
Welcome back to the 3D Botmaker Diecast Rally Championship for the final round in this special Rally Truck Edition. Let's look at the scores going into this final round. Lincoln Hawk on top with 26, but he's only up by 1 point over Francisco Guadalajara.
Travis Wheeler is only 3 points behind the leader. He has 23.
That's where I think the real competition is going to be today between those top 3. Then we have Colt Sievers with 19, Honolulu West has 17, and Truck Norris on the bottom with 16.
First up today, we have Francisco Guadalajara, aka Frankie G, in the Subaru Brat. He's racing against Colt Sievers in the Land Rover Series 3 pickup truck.
Colt Sievers 7 points behind the leader, so I don't think he's really in competition for the championship today. But Francisco Guadalajara is only down by 1 point. A good performance here could give him the win.
So far, he's looking good. He's got a big lead here.
Oh, I think we just lost Colt Sievers. He fell over on turn 2.
It's all Frankie G now.
Here he comes to the final jump. And there he goes, Frankie G touching down on his tires. That will count. With how close these scores are, every point is going to count today.
Yeah, keep in mind there are 2 bonus points up for grabs. One for the longest jump and the other one for the fastest time.
Francisco gets a time of 14.364 seconds. That's a pretty good time, but we have seen drivers get in the 13-second range in this championship.
Not really sure what happened to Colt Sievers, but I guess it really doesn't matter, does it?
Well, not at this point. He does not have a chance of winning at all. Francisco Guadalajara landing in the 3rd zone there for his big air jump. That currently puts him at the top with 31 points. But remember, those 2 points in orange are the bonus points. Those can move at any time.
Here we go with race 2. Colt Sievers starting off on the inside lane.
Frankie G once again out in the lead. They're close right here.
Side by side, Frankie G pulling ahead.
Whoa, he tried pushing Colt Sievers off the track.
That move seemed very unnecessary. Colt Sievers doesn't even have a chance.
He's in the final turns. Oh, and he wrecks. Wow.
Talk about instant karma.
Colt Sievers gives him a push. And here comes Colt Sievers to take the win after all of that.
Oh man, that did not pay off for Francisco Guadalajara at all.
Yeah, I think that DNF is going to knock him out of the runnings for the championship. I mean, he's technically on top at the moment, but the other drivers who are on top are going to have to DNF as well for him to have any chance at the championship.
Look at that right there. He was clearly trying to push Colt Sievers off the road, and that certainly did work at slowing him down. But let's keep watching and learn this life lesson from Frankie G. Sometimes you may get ahead by pushing others around, but ultimately, life has a way of balancing things out.
Wow, that's actually pretty profound.
Well, I am a deep thinker.
Well, Francisco Guadalajara learned that life lesson the hard way. A great job there by Colt Sievers. Stayed on the road, kept going, and in this case, Slow and Steady did win this race.
Yeah, well, Slow still loses the championship.
Here's the current score. Francisco still on top with 31. 2 of those points are bonus points. That means if someone else gets a faster time or jumps further, his score could go down to 29.
Here's our next race. We have Honolulu West going up against Travis Wheeler in the Dodge D100.
Travis Wheeler has 23 points. That puts him 8 points behind Frankie G right now. If he wins both races here, that's 8 points. Plus, if he can beat that time or get a bigger jump, those are 2 more potential points he can add to his score.
Travis Wheeler out in front. He looks fast.
He comes flying out of turn 2. Honolulu West not far behind in second. Through the final turn section, here he comes to the jump.
Let's see that air.
Whoa! Not again.
That 3D Botmaker merch must be hot because everyone's jumping to get there.
It looks like everyone is safe, so we are good here.
Is that a leg and an arm?
No.
And a head and a body?
I'm pretty sure that guy was already there.
We should go to the replay to make sure.
No. Hey, don't play that replay.
It just seems like where he is in relationship to the truck that, something might have happened.
Light it up, light it up, light it up, light it up.
Light up the night sky, light up the
Light it up, light it up, light it up, light it
light
up.
up the night sky, light up the
Let's toast to the dream.
And welcome back. Sorry for those technical difficulties. Let's take a look at the score here. Neither driver gets the big air bonus. Travis Wheeler got a time of 14.432 seconds. So right now, Francisco Guadalajara will hold on to both bonus points.
Travis Wheeler 4 points behind. If he can win right here, he will tie the score with Frankie G.
Travis Wheeler already with a big lead. He's leaving Honda US in his dust.
He is in game mode right now. He wants this win.
He has some trouble there. That slows him down. He's navigating through the final turns.
Let's see how he does on the jump.
Here he goes.
Hey!
He landed on his side. We're going to have to wait and see if he touched his tire first. Honda US will end this championship the way she started off, with another DNF.
Hey, she tried. She gave us some exciting races, but I don't think the Jeep Scrambler was the best choice for the DRC.
Here's that jump by Travis Wheeler. He does make contact with his tire first. Let's see where that lands him on the grid. And that is going to be further than Francisco Guadalajara.
So that means Frankie G will lose a point, putting Travis Wheeler in the lead.
That is correct. Travis Wheeler now has 32 points. Frankie G goes down to 30. Again, both of them can lose those bonus points, but this whole thing now comes down to Lincoln Hawk.
Lincoln Hawk 6 points behind Travis Wheeler, and he's racing against the infamous Truck Norris.
So if Lincoln Hawk can win both races, it's over. Lincoln Hawk is the champion. If he wins one race and loses one race but still finishes, that would be a tie, unless he can steal one of those bonus points.
A lot of pressure right here on Lincoln Hawk.
Lincoln Hawk has been the most consistent driver. He has finished every single race, no DNFs.
Right now, Truck Norris is in the lead.
Lincoln Hawk closing the gap, trying to find a way to pass.
He's running out of track.
Here they come to the finish, and Truck Norris takes the win with a pretty good jump there. That's something I actually forgot to mention. If Truck Norris takes the big air bonus, that would bring Travis Wheeler's score down to 31.
Let's see that jump again by Truck Norris. I can't really tell where that was in comparison to Travis.
Let's see where he landed on the grid. Travis was in the 4th zone. Truck Norris lands in the 3rd zone, along with Lincoln Hawk, so Travis Wheeler will hold on to the big air bonus point.
These points are so close right now.
Yes, they are. Here's the current score. Lincoln Hawk has 28. He's 4 points behind Travis Wheeler. If he can win this race, he will tie him in points. If he can win this race and get a bonus point, he will be the Rally Truck champion.
Wow, no pressure on him at all.
It all comes down to this race. Lincoln Hawk out in front. He's on the inside lane this time. That gives him an advantage.
He's looking good so far.
Truck Norris still in it. He's not far behind. Truck Norris is now gaining.
Don't mess it up, Truck.
They're bumper to bumper through the final turn.
He's got it.
And Lincoln Hawk takes the win on the last race. His time was 14.776 seconds, so he will not take that bonus. But it all comes down to where did he land on the grid for the big air bonus.
So this whole thing comes down to the big air bonus.
Yes, it does.
I love it.
If he got a bigger jump, he's the champion. If he did not, then we go into a tiebreaker round.
Oh man, we haven't had one of those in the DRC since last year.
Here's that jump.
I am on the edge of my seat here.
There's the mark for Lincoln Hawk.
Oh man.
We're gonna have to see where that is in comparison to Travis Wheeler.
Come on, let's see it already.
And there's the mark for Travis Wheeler. It's
Whoa.
just barely ahead of Lincoln Hawk.
It's a tie.
That means it's a tie score. Travis Wheeler and Lincoln Hawk both have 32 points.
Yes.
And they will settle this in the tiebreaker round.
This is too awesome.
The two top drivers head to head for the championship right after this break. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, Lincoln Hawk just tied the score up with Travis Wheeler, and they will now be facing off head-to-head in 2 more races to determine the DRC Truck Series champion.
This is going to be awesome.
They have faced off one time before. In that race, Lincoln Hawk won both races.
Now what happens if Travis Wheeler wins a race and Lincoln Hawk wins the other?
In that case, we would factor in the big air and the time. Here they go, Lincoln Hawk starting off on the inside lane. Travis Wheeler in the lead here. He gets a little sideways there, a tap from Lincoln Hawk.
Travis now gaining some distance.
Here he goes through the final turn.
He makes it out.
And here he comes to the finish. A nice big jump there. And that race will go to Travis Wheeler. The pressure is once again on Lincoln Hawk. He needs to win this next race to stay alive.
I don't know how he's going to do it because Travis Wheeler is outpacing him on the track.
That is true, but Travis Wheeler has had 3 DNFs in this competition so far. Lincoln Hawk, on the other hand, has finished each and every single race.
This is intense.
Look at that big jump by Travis Wheeler.
He's not taking any chances here. If this goes down to another tie, he wants to make sure he has the biggest air.
Here we go, 5 rounds, and it all comes down to this one race.
Travis Wheeler in the white Dodge, Lincoln Hawk in the red Toyota.
Here they go, Travis Wheeler with the lead through Slam Man Corner. He's up and over the first hill. Lincoln Hawk falling behind.
A good run so far for Travis.
Through the final turns.
He's got this.
He's almost at the finish.
Here it is.
Whoa, Travis Wheeler goes to the moon with that final jump.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Move on over Elon Musk because Travis Wheeler is taking us to Mars.
That right there is how you win a race. That is how you make sure everyone knows you are the champion.
The undisputed rally truck champion. He cleared all the zones.
Also, you have to give respect to Lincoln Hawk for his consistency. He has a perfect record of finishing each and every race.
That's true. The only driver to have 0 DNFs.
But man, what a victory for Travis Wheeler. That final jump was absolutely insane.
And there he is.
And here is your rally truck champion, representing for Team Mopar in the 1987 Dodge D100, Truckin' Travis Wheeler.
Whoa, did you just say?
I said truckin'.
Are you sure about that? Steve, is that what you heard?
Okay, very funny.
Can we get someone here to censor 3D?
Travis Wheeler will be competing in the end-of-year finals to determine the 2021 DRC champion.
I cannot wait to see that.
You're watching the 3D Botmaker Diecast Racing League.
Welcome back to the 3D Botmaker Diecast Rally Championship. This is it, the 2021 Season Championship.
Not only that, we are here at the new home of the DRC.
Yes, we are the Race Mountain Rally Stage.
Who knew if you just drove a little further up Race Mountain, you would find all of this?
I knew, and I've been telling you about this for years.
I must not have been listening.
That's beside the point. We have all of our champions from the 2021 season, plus the overall champion from the 2020 season, Stephen King.
Stephen is back.
The championship will be 3 rounds. Up first, we have Big Air Dylan in the 2008 Lancer Evolution. He'll be racing against the Rally Truck Series champion, Travis Wheeler, in the Dodge D100.
This will be the first time these two have ever met on the track, and this course is completely new to both of them.
That's right, this is a level playing field for all the drivers. No one has the home track advantage here. And they are off for the first race in the 2021 championship.
Big Air Dylan currently has the lead.
Here they go past the Rally Art Garage, down the ski slope.
Some nice air off that jump.
Past the RV park, Travis Wheeler with the pass.
Oh, look at that.
Travis way out in front as he approaches the final turn.
He's going fast.
Here he comes.
Oh, baby. And look at Dylan.
That right there was some big air.
Oh yeah, that was Big Air with a capital B.
Now we are making some changes to the scoring system. We'll get to that in a minute. Let's take another look at that run and that pass by Travis Wheeler.
Right after that corner, Dylan hits the side wall. He bounces right, then left. Travis Wheeler sees the opening, makes the pass on the inside to take the win.
That was some great track awareness by Travis Wheeler. All the drivers here are proven champions, so you gotta be on the top of your game. Travis Wheeler sending a message right here in the first race.
Look at how far he jumped.
Yeah, he flew right past the Big Air bonus line.
Let's see that again from the jump cam.
Here he is, Travis Wheeler approaching the jump. And
oh,
wow, look at that.
That truck can fly.
Now the Big Air bonus will be awarded like last season. If you get past the line, you get 1 bonus point added to your score. The standard scoring for the race is 4 points for first place, 2 points for second, and 0 points for a DNF.
So that gives Travis 5 points for race 1 and Dylan 3 points.
Yes, because they both got past the Big Air bonus line.
Nice.
Here they go with race 2. This time Travis Wheeler in the lead going down the ski slope. He comes off the track.
Oh, Dylan goes flying with his nose in the air.
Ooh.
And he crashes into a tree.
Wow, I guess you could say the tree broke his fall.
I think it might have broke more than his fall.
But hey, Dylan is no stranger to bad wrecks. If you remember his debut back in season 1, he took a really bad fall coming down the canyon.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
The front end of Travis Wheeler's truck bounced coming down the slope. He got his right tire stuck on Dylan's lane. That made Dylan's car go perpendicular to the track and ultimately sent him into a tree.
I wonder how many steel plates he has now.
In his car?
No, in his head. It must be a nightmare going through security.
Well, we do take a lot of safety precautions. Every rally driver has to sign not 1, but 2 waivers.
Does the second waiver somehow make it more safe for the driver?
Oh no, it just makes it more safe for us, legally.
Oh, that kind of safety.
I mean, if you're racing in rally, are you really that concerned about your safety?
I guess you got a point.
Travis Wheeler with a big jump past the ski lodge. Big Air Dylan in hot pursuit.
Oh man, this is a race here.
Here they come down the hill through the final turn. Travis in the lead.
Here's that big air. Whoa! Wow!
Did you just see Big Air Dylan?
That right there is what I'm talking about. They don't call him Big Air Dylan for nothing.
Man.
That has to be one of the biggest jumps I've ever seen on this channel, period.
Amazing driving by both Travis Wheeler and Dylan, but Dylan really stole the show at the end.
You know, when I first saw the Big Air line, I thought that's way too far away. Now I think it might be too close.
I think you might be right. We might need to push that back a little further for the next round. Here's that jump by both drivers.
Oh, look at that.
That is rally art.
It's beautiful.
I don't even know what to...
Don't even. Just take it in, 3D. Take it in.
We gotta look at the jump cam to see where they landed. Travis Wheeler clears the line easily, but look at Dylan.
That Evo is a rocket ship.
Travis Wheeler gets a perfect score on round 1. That's 10 for Travis. Dylan will end the round with 6 points. Let's get to our second matchup. We have the man, the myth, the legend.
The has-been.
2D, show some respect.
He has to earn that.
It's 3-time champion Superman Stephen King in the Ford Escort Rally.
He'll be racing against Bobby Johnson in the Lancia 037.
This will also be the first time these two have ever met in the Diecast Rally Championship.
And here they go.
It's the rally veteran versus the newcomer.
I just hope Stephen King does better than last time.
No matter how he did last time, he's still a legend.
Well, I'm not calling him Superman yet.
Bobby Johnson with a huge jump.
No, that's a Superman.
He's got that thing in overdrive now. Oh, no, that is not. And what happened to Stephen King?
Oh, man, that completely fell apart for both drivers.
Bobby Johnson goes off the hill into a tree. Stephen King comes sliding down into the last turn.
Well, good thing for Bobby, the medic is already right there, so he should be good.
Looks like he may have killed that tree.
I think we're a little more concerned about the driver's safety, though, right?
Did you see how much it cost for us to get those trees brought here?
Let's make sure he's okay first.
Here's the replay. Bobby Johnson with a distance jump. Look at that. Stephen King is touching ground. Bobby Johnson's still in the air.
That was the longest jump in that location of the day.
Then right here you see him picking up speed, leaving Stephen King way behind. It looked like he had this race, but then he hits the side.
Oh, he got both wheels up on the side of the mountain.
That sends him into that tree.
Now, that would have given the win to Stephen King, but no, he comes sliding down the hill on his roof. Seriously, 3D, is this your king?
I never said he was my king. His name is Stephen King.
Well, that was pretty pathetic.
Here we go with the restart of that race. We have adopted that rule from the Racing League. If no one passes the finish line, we'll restart the race with the same positions.
Bobby Johnson with another monster jump.
He is going fast out there.
That's how a rally champion should race.
This time he makes it down the hill all right. Here he comes to the finish line.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. You might as well go. Oh, come on.
Stephen King takes down the finish line sign.
Once again, is this your king?
He does manage to pass the finish line.
Wow, good for him.
Hey, that's 2 points better than a DNF.
Look, I hate to say this, but his time came and his time went. He was amazing. We all fell in love with him. I got myself his t-shirt. But, you know, I think it's time for Stephen King to start a new career. Maybe he should, I don't know, write novels or something.
It's just the first round.
I guess we'll wait and see.
That's going to put 5 points on the board for Bobby Johnson. He gets the big air bonus. Stephen King gets 2 for finishing in second. Although I think we should take a point away from him for track damages.
Let him have it. He needs all the points he can get.
Here we go with race 2. This time Bobby Johnson starting on the left lane. Bobby Johnson first to come out of the turns.
He's outpacing that Ford.
Here they go past the Rally Art Garage, down the slope.
Whoa, another big jump by Bobby Johnson.
He's almost jumping all the way into that turn.
It's awesome.
Whoa, he hits the mountainside again. This time he recovers. And this was no contest. Bobby Johnson takes both races. Wait a minute, here comes Stephen King.
Oh, hey, look at that. Is that your king?
Again, that's just his name.
That's not my king.
What an amazing performance by Bobby Johnson. The whole time watching him race, it felt like he was barely staying on the track.
Hey, that's what rally racing is all about.
He had that thing floored all the way down the mountain.
I think Bobby Johnson has earned himself a nickname. We can't call him Big Air or Superman.
That's tough, I'm not sure.
Well, hey, if you guys have any ideas, leave it in the comments below.
Now, I believe Bobby Johnson got the big air bonus, but we're going to have to confirm with the finish cam.
He got it.
Yes, he does. That will add 5 more points onto Bobby Johnson's score, tying him with Travis Wheeler. Both drivers have 10, Dylan has 6, and Stephen King currently on the bottom with 4.
That's 1 round down, 2 more to go.
You're watching the 3D Bookmaker Diecast Racing League.
Welcome back to the 3D Botmaker Diecast Rally Championship Season 2 Finals.
We have the top 3 drivers from the season, plus Stephen King.
who was the overall champion from last season.
Yeah, we know.
This is round 2 of 3. Let's take a look at the current standings. We have Travis Wheeler and Bobby Johnson tied for first place with 10 points each. Dylan has 6 points and Stephen King on the bottom with 4.
Stephen King having a lot of trouble so far.
That is true. We'll have to see how he does today. Travis Wheeler, on the other hand, putting on quite a show in round 1, along with Bobby Johnson.
Yeah, Bobby Johnson really getting some air in that Lancia. I'm looking forward to seeing him race today.
Let's take a look at our first matchup. We have Travis Wheeler in the Dodge D100. He'll be racing against the 2020 champion, Stephen King, in the Ford Escort Rally.
Stephen King, formerly known as Superman, but it appears he has met his kryptonite, which is pretty much every other car that he races against.
Well, perhaps he will redeem himself in today's race.
Look, I'm not a hater. I want to see him do well. I just think his time has come and gone.
Stephen King out in the lead as they approach the first big turn. King and Wheeler side by side. King takes over.
There we go. That's what I want to see from Stephen King.
Travis Wheeler has wrecked. Stephen King is all alone now.
Okay, why is he slowing down?
Hey, Travis Wheeler is out. He might as well take his time and pass the finish line safely.
Oh, are you serious? What was that?
Well, I guess the score is now even in the battle between Stephen King and the finish line.
Oh, man.
In round 1, he took out the arch. In round 2, the finish line defeated him.
Wow, that is both figuratively and literally a sign that this is the finish of his rally career.
Well, I kind of have to agree with you. It may be time.
Oh, it's been time since the beginning of season 2.
He had a good start there. He beat Travis Wheeler to the turn. Then Travis seemed to get confused. He turned left instead of right, rolling his truck.
Having trouble navigating a turn is one thing, but completely blowing a race when your competition is already out?
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
It's actually sad. You don't want to see your heroes go out like this.
Since he did not pass the finish line, we're going to restart that race. We'll see how he does the second time around. Stephen King with a slight lead over Travis Wheeler on the first straight. Here they go down the ski slope.
It's another tight race.
Stephen King once again takes the lead coming out of the jump.
He's doing good. He just needs to finish.
Here comes Travis Wheeler. He passes.
Oh, what a move by Travis.
Travis Wheeler in the lead. Stephen King in pursuit.
He's got this one.
And Travis goes flying through the air.
Big air, baby.
Stephen King manages to pass the finish line this time.
Travis Wheeler with another incredible pass. He had a great pass in round 1 over Dylan, and he does it again here with Stephen King.
King once again beating him on the jump. He slowed down going around the RV park.
Keep your eye on Travis Wheeler in that truck. Stephen King swerves to the left. Travis Wheeler holds onto his line, and that right there is how you win a race.
That was a big jump from Travis Wheeler. We're gonna have to look at the finish cam to see if he got past the big air line. The line has been pushed back a little further than it was from round 1.
Oh, he got it.
A sideways landing from Travis Wheeler, but that will get him the big air bonus. That's 5 more points for Travis Wheeler, bringing his score up to 15. That is a perfect score so far for Travis Wheeler.
Stephen King brings his score up to 6. What?
I was just waiting for you to comment about his score being so low.
I have no comments.
Wow, that's a first. Stephen King on the inside lane this time. He has the lead once again.
King doing well through the snow section of the course.
Here comes Wheeler. He passes again.
Travis is on it today.
That's his 3rd pass in the finals.
He has the only truck in this championship, and he is making every truck owner out there proud.
Travis Wheeler goes sideways off the jump. He wipes out. And Stephen King finishes in 2nd place once again.
He didn't even attempt the big air jump.
Well, it wouldn't have made much of a difference anyways. I believe he's already too far behind in points.
Here's that amazing move by Travis Wheeler.
He pretty much jumped into 1st place.
See, that right there is championship level driving.
And here's that jump. He does not get past the big air bonus line. Looks like he came off at an angle.
That's what I call crashing in style.
Oh, look at that. I think he actually hit the side of the finish line arch. That's what sent him off the jump sideways.
We might need to make that arch a little bigger.
Travis Wheeler ends round 1 with 19 points. Stephen King with 8.
So even if King got a perfect score in round 3, Travis would beat him.
Yes. All right, let's get to our second matchup of the day. We've got Bobby Johnson in the Lancia 037. He'll be racing against Big Air Dylan in the 2008 Lancer Evolution.
This should be a good one. I've got a nickname for Bobby Johnson.
Oh, what is it?
Bobby Johnson.
That's his actual name, not a nickname.
Well, no, it's not just Bobby Johnson. It's Bobby Johnson.
Yes, you're saying it differently, but it's still the same name.
Yeah, but it's like a nickname.
That's not really how nicknames work.
Oh, okay.
Bobby Johnson down the slope. Some nice air there once again. He has mastered that first jump.
Here comes Dylan. Gives him a tap.
Dylan is not out of this yet. He's going for the pass. Oh, Dylan wipes out in the final turn.
Whoa!
And Bobby Johnson Johnson goes for a nosedive
Oh, man.
over the big airline.
Big Air Bobby is out there getting it done.
Okay, Big Air already belongs to Dylan. You're going to confuse people by giving them the same nickname.
But it sounds good and it fits.
We had tons of suggestions on last week's video.
Let's see, we had Bouncing Bobby.
Is he really bouncing?
He kind of did on the landing.
Yeah, that's true.
There's Breakneck Bobby.
Has he broken a neck?
He might have on that landing.
Okay, so that might fit.
Bobby Birdman Johnson.
We'd have to do a DNA test to see if he's actually part man, part bird.
Let's see, we got Big Johnson.
Well, I'm not going to be the one to check if that's accurate.
Yeah, I'm not going to check either. Hey, look at this one right here.
Which one? Oh, yeah, that could be good.
Blazing Bobby Johnson. That has a nice ring to it.
And it's marketable.
I like it.
Blazing Bobby Johnson currently has a perfect score, all fives, giving him 15. Dylan gets a DNF on that last race at 0 points, so he is still at 6. I think this might be the end of the road for Big Air Dylan.
I think we may have entered a new era of Diecast rally racing this year. The Season 1 drivers just could not keep up with the champs from Season 2.
Dylan is hanging in there trying to keep up.
He's getting closer.
Dylan taps the back end of Bobby Johnson. That slows Dylan down.
Here comes Blazing Bobby. Whoa!
Big jump.
Ah!
And there goes Dylan.
Oh, yeah.
Bobby Johnson does not leave you wondering whether he crossed the big air line or not. Even if he has to do a nosedive, Bobby Johnson is getting over that line.
Dylan had a nice jump there too, but Blazing Bobby definitely had the biggest air.
This was another close race between Bobby and Dylan.
Like a Rolling Stone it was.
Right here, Dylan almost got tangled up in blue.
Those turns have to be handled with care.
But look at this, Bobby and Dylan with one more cup of coffee, tearing down the track like a hurricane.
And lady lay, he got so high he was knocking on heaven's door.
That was some great racing by Bobby and Dylan, but I'm afraid this may be the end of the line.
Did Dylan get the big air?
We're gonna have to see the replay from the finish cam.
Okay, Mr. Tambourine Man.
I think we're done with that bit now.
Oh, sorry.
And yes, they're gonna give the big air bonus to Dylan. That gives him 9 points, 1 point over Stephen King. So the Season 2 championship is all gonna come down to Blazing Bobby Johnson and Truckin' Travis Wheeler.
Oh man, that's gonna be an epic final round.
You're watching the 3D Bookmaker Diecast Racing League.
Welcome back to the 3D Botmaker Diecast Rally Championship Season 2 Finals. This is the final round.
That's right, we will be crowning the Season 2 champion here today.
All 4 of our finalists will be racing, but there's only 2 competing to be the champion, and that is Blazing Bobby Johnson and Truckin' Travis Wheeler.
Big Air Dylan and Stephen King will be racing to determine 3rd and 4th place.
Also in related news, Stephen King has announced his retirement from the DRC.
It's sad to see him go, but I think that's a good move on his part.
So today's race for him is really all about legacy. Big Air Dylan, on the other hand, is determined to make a comeback next season in a different car.
Well, good for him.
Our first race for 3rd and 4th place, we have Stephen King in the Ford Escort Rally. King hoping to end his career on a high note. Hopefully he does not crash into the finish line again.
And then we have the man who's arguably still the Big Air King. He may not be winning, but he's still getting some massive air. It's Big Air Dylan in the 2008 Lancer Evolution.
Here we go, a lot on the line for King. Even if he doesn't win, I'd just like to see him get some big air just one more time.
Put that Superman S back on your chest, King.
King with the lead going into turn 1. He has the inside lane advantage. Up and over the first jump, some contact between King and Dylan.
King holding on to that lead.
This section right here has been trouble for some of the drivers. King handles it well.
Watch out for the sign.
Whoa!
That was a close one.
King almost runs into the finish line sign again. He had 2 wheels off the side of the track. I thought we were going to see another collision, but at the last second, he pulls it in.
Look at Dylan.
That was some big air.
And that's what the fans like, even though Dylan did not win this race. If you're a Big Air Dylan fan, you're still happy with that performance. Massive air, he gets the Big Air bonus, he even lands the jump.
Yeah, that was a great jump. Stephen King gets the win. He does not get the Big Air bonus. That will be 4 points for Stephen King and 3 points for Big Air Dylan. They are now both tied with 12 points. This race right here will be the deciding factor for 3rd and 4th place for the Season 2 championship.
Dylan on the inside lane, King keeping up.
Dylan lights out on the jump. King still going.
The only one who can stop Stephen King now is the finish line sign.
Oh, that would be embarrassing. Come on, King, you can do it.
Come on, it's a bird.
It's a plane.
Hey!
Oh, it's Superman Stephen King.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
He's back.
That is the Stephen King that I remember. That's the one I think about when I wear my t-shirt.
Which is still available in the 3D Botmaker merch store. Link in the description.
There's the merch store right there.
A tough break for Dylan, but we will see more from him next season. Stephen King retiring on a high note here. It took the entire championship, but he finally got his groove back and reminded us all that that Ford Escort can fly.
Stephen King, forever a legend in the 3D Botmaker Diecast Rally Championship. 2020 was a hard year for everyone. Superman Stephen King was not the hero we deserved. He was the hero we needed.
All of us here at the 3D Bot Maker Diecast Racing League salute you, Stephen King. Good luck in your future endeavors in becoming an author.
Fly high, Superman. Fly high.
And now, without further ado, it's the time you've all been waiting for, the DRC Season 2 Championship Race.
We've got Blaze and Bobby Johnson driving in the Lancia 037.
Bobby Johnson, a fierce competitor, a master of the long jump and speed. He's racing against Truckin' Travis Wheeler, the overtake sensei, driving in the Dodge D100.
Only 1 point currently separates them on the scoreboard. Bobby Johnson with the lead.
Bobby Johnson with a perfect score so far. He's won every race and got the big air bonus on each one.
Johnson starting on the inside lane. He has the lead.
That launch is fast. Here comes to the first jump. He gets a lot of distance right there.
Here comes Travis for the
Whoa,
pass.
Travis does it again. What a skilled driver.
Ooh.
Oh!
You were saying?
Bobby Johnson's still in it.
I hope Travis is okay.
And he takes the win. He does not get the big air bonus.
I think the big air bonus goes to Travis Wheeler.
That does not look good. His truck is upside down behind the garage.
That is the second time he's had a bad wreck in that location.
Let's try to see what went wrong. This first pass here went very right for Travis Wheeler. Look at this. Johnson swerving, Travis cuts right through on the inside.
His ability to do that over and over again is absolutely amazing.
But then he completely fell apart, hits the side of the mountain again. And what would have been a win for Travis Wheeler is now a loss. Bobby Johnson gets 4 points on that race, so there's still a chance that Travis Wheeler can tie this thing up. He needs to win, get the big air bonus, and Bobby Johnson has to DNF.
Winning and getting the big air bonus is one thing. Bobby Johnson getting a DNF, that's a whole nother thing.
Yes, he is a very consistent driver. Right now he's in the lead. Travis trying to catch up. They're over the first jump. Johnson swerving
Here
again.
comes Travis.
The championship is on the line here.
Uh-oh.
Whoa.
What was that?
Did you feel that?
Uh-oh. Look down there, 3D.
Oh, that's not good. Hey, we need some out there right away.
We're all hoping Travis Wheeler is okay.
Now, all
That
those
is a pretty
secrets.
big fall.
I need them all out there.
I'm hoping our building somehow softened the fall for him.
It's not a soft building. It's hard.
Here's the replay of what happened. He was trying to catch up to Bobby Johnson. His tire hit the left wall. He went too high on that turn, flipped over, and then took a bad tumble off the side of that cliff.
Bobby Johnson is your Season 2 champion. That celebration being overshadowed by this terrible wreck.
He landed on the building with his tires.
That may be good news because his truck is built to handle jumps. Here it is again. He does hit tires first, spins in the air, came down on his tail.
That's certainly better than landing directly on his roof.
The emergency crews are out there now. We still have no word on his condition. And there is your Season 2 champion, Bobby Johnson. A bittersweet victory as he looks on to his fallen fellow racer. Travis appears to be conscious.
Is that a thumbs up?
He is talking to the medics.
Oh, that's good.
I think he's gonna be okay.
What a relief.
Moments like this really remind you what's at stake in rally racing. These guys are pushing their vehicles to the extremes on a course that's not really made for racing in the first place.
My hat goes off to all of them.
A big congratulations to Bobby Johnson, the 3D Bot Maker Diecast Rally Championship Season 2 champion. We will see more from him next season.
Everyone else is going to have to step their game up if they want to keep up with Bobby Johnson.
We'd like to thank everyone at home for joining us in Season 2 of the 3D Bot Maker Diecast Rally Championship. Until next time, I'm 3D Bot Maker.
And I'm 2D.
And we will see you on the track.
Listen to me now. You better move when you see me on the road in my 2008 Mitsubishi Evo. I got the speed, got the moves, got the hair. I'll crash into your truck when I'm flying through the air.
Look at me, I'm the champion. DRC Season 2 2021. Hey. They ask me how I'm feeling.
How you feeling?
Well, I'm Big Air Dylan. Woo! 3D Bot Maker Diecast Rally Championship. We here, baby. Big Air Dylan is here for you and your mama.
Big Air Dylan.
Ask about me.